What up, y'all? Brought that thing down. Damn. It's hard. It's hard to get this right. I feel like I need to put the camera in a different place. Sorry, camera. I think that's a good place for the camera. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Yes. We'll put the camera in a different place. I can't have it right there. Good morning. Yeah. Happy Juneteenth. I had another prompt for today that was more Juneteenth appropriate. But here we are with this one, because I really wanted to talk about this and I didn't want to wait. So, yeah, man. Appreciate you, SS. Heck yeah, man. Love the new subs, man. Thank you. Shout out. We on the YouTubes as per the usual. What up, Jeff? What up, y'all? I hope everybody is having a great day. It's a little cloudy right now, but it's gonna get a little warmer in the later hours out here in Cali. For some cough drops. Nah. I don't got a cough. I just got like some other stuff going on. Wrong topic for Juneteenth. How is this the wrong topic for Juneteenth? Yeah, so y'all tripping. Yeah, we in here in the morning. Dude, IBF if we did. Yeah. What up from Lisbon? What's good? Good morning. You guys can't see it. I can't do it on YouTube. The configuration doesn't allow me to put the same prompts up. It doesn't look the same on YouTube, but yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. Let's see what we going on, girl. Right, briefly. What up, Dad? What up, Sam?
Good morning. I don't know what time it is. I just want to say thank you for going live because I was bored as hell because these lives is, I don't know.
What's going on? I ain't even been on live this morning. What's been going on the live? I don't even know what's going on TikTok.
Nothing. They boring.
Oh, okay. They turned down.
I mean, it ain't even got to be so much as turned up. It's just the conversations are just they sickening.
Right. Okay. Well, we gonna turn it up. We gonna that's what we gonna do. We gonna get it turned up a little bit in this mug. So let's see what we got going on. Yeah, exactly. Jeff said not productive. I love it. Let's have some productive discussions. Pat Guy, what's good? Yeah.
But to your topic, well, you sound like you're over there typing. Yeah, it does. At this point, that's exactly what it sounds like. A lot of these men want. They want wives, slaves. They do.
Mm-hmm. I want to be. So I'm gonna play a video for everybody in a minute. Something that I came across. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear it on YouTube because it's gonna come from my computer, but we'll see. Yeah, man. Okay, so there's a few things I want to talk about. So one of the things that I want to discuss is just how ramping up to the election, I'm just starting to see like way more, like much more problematic rhetoric concerning like women's rights, um, talking about rolling back women's right to vote, talking about women's reproductive rights, which is, that already is happening. And I mean, it happened, a big blow was struck, and now, they're just kind of like um, getting rid of the last little vestiges of women's reproductive rights. But it it is very it's very concerning to me as a black man, and as a black person, I should say, not as a man, as a black man, but as a black person, it is concerning to me, personally. And I mean, for my black men, my fellow black men, whenever there is a war on women, it is also a war on black people as a whole. So every war that is fought against any marginalized group of people is also simultaneously being fought against black people. Just so black men know that. I want black men to understand that. Because for some reason, we as black men, we cannot, we just cannot grasp the concept and understand that if they take away women's rights, they will inevitably take away our rights, right? Because I mean, and if they take away women's rights, that's half the black population right there. They're already taking half. They're taking the rights away from half the population, which are women, right? Black women are roughly 50% of the population. So it just doesn't make any sense that there would be any black men such as Jason Whitlock, or any of these black men who vote Trump. It just doesn't make any sense, or vote Republican, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't make any sense for you guys to be on that team, right? And this is not me making a case for a Democrat, because I'm not. I'm just saying, coming out and actively speaking against women's reproductive rights and women's rights to vote and things of that nature, like Jason Whitlock did that. I mean, it's one thing to vote Republican in private because you think that it benefits you on your tax return or something like that. It is a completely different thing to vote Republican and go out there and get on a stage and be a black face and say stuff like that as a black man. Like, you can't, like, that's crazy.
Black
Um,
women are 7.7% of our population. I don't know why you're spreading misinformation.
they're half of the black population, sir. I wasn't talking about American population. I was saying, as a black person, they're half of our population as black people. They make up half of our community.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Is
Oh,
that
yeah,
what you
yeah.
came up here to say? To quote me, or to
Oh no,
correct me? Already made.
I'd like to listen to what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll sit back. Yeah. So, anyways, like I was saying, black men, y'all got to stop doing that. That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. So, let's let's get to this real quick. Let's play this video because this video is very interesting. What's going on? Oh, it's not gonna play it. Oh, never mind. I can't do it. Yeah, I can't have both things open. Dang it! I knew it. I should have shared my screen. Whatever. I can't play the video, but we don't need it anyway. We can still have the discussion. It's pretty much what I just said. I just wanted to share it because it was interesting. But yeah, so um, having people like Jason Whitlock come out there and speak against it, and just various people, but all these people, all these men, I what I did was I kind of did it like a flow chart. So if you start from the bottom left corner and work your way around, the men get progressively worse, but they also get progressively more powerful, right? If you pay attention, right? If you're tracking it, like, they have more influence, or they have more political power, or whatever the case may be. So if you really track it, I'm sorry, Don P and whatchamacallit should be switched because he doesn't have much political power. But I put him up there because he's more extreme than the men on the left, I would say, in his approach.
Can I ask
Um,
a? Oh, sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
Did you vote for, or are you going to vote for Joe Biden?
No,
No.
nope.
Oh, okay. I got no issue.
Yeah. I never voted for a Democrat or a Republican, so I don't do that. But this is not like I said in the beginning. This is not a case to vote for Joe Biden. I just don't. I just think that it's very wild when black men specifically get on stage and start championing things like rolling back women's right to vote. I think that that's for a black person. I think that's extremely problematic to do.
When did they do that?
Jason Whitlock did it.
Oh no, I did hear about that.
Yeah, he said we should go. I want to go back to pre women's suffrage and go to make it one vote per house.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, and that's what the Republicans are pushing for. So as a black person, like I'm saying, I think that it's crazy when black people champion ideas like that because inevitably, which like I already pointed out, is going to hurt half the population of black people, and then it's going to hurt more black people after the fact because you can't make it. You know what I mean? Like you can't make that deal with the with the radical right or whatever you want to say. Like you don't think they're going to burn you in the like. What do you think is going to happen? You think they're going to look up and be like, "Hey, black man, boom, put her there, and you're an equal to me now," and like it'll never happen, right? So it's pretty crazy, but nah, they want. I don't know what they want to go back. They want to go back to pre everything, pre women's rights. It's crazy.
You're right.
So public, on I talked about what you said on my live about they don't realize if they keep rolling back on women's rights that we as black people as a whole we will be next. I don't understand how people don't get that because even in that time when they're pushing for it to go back to that time, we didn't have rights, and I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, if we go back to a time when women didn't have rights, then if we go back to a time when black people didn't have rights, or I mean, less rights, right? Because we still are a lot of our rights are already infringed upon. Rondell or Shondell, let's see. We're gonna invite up Shondell because they've been tapping a lot. We're gonna see if they could get to yapping. What up, Devin?
Hey, good afternoon or good morning, wherever you happen to be. I would argue that there's been a war against black people as a whole now for some time, and the war is moving to women's rights, but it's been with taking away black people's rights now for a long time. I would argue the last 30 years, and how I would argue for that is our police state. That we incarcerate more people in the United States than per capita than any other industrialized nation in the world. Well, what is the largest majority of folks that they incarcerate? That has to be argued as the most significant right taking away that there is when you put someone in prison for whatever the charge. Now, you can argue, that you commit the crime, then we're a nation of laws and etc. But I would argue that there has been a shadow war against black people in this kind of diabolical enforcing of the law in such a way that it impacts the black population now more so than any other population for a long time. And now that has seemingly worked, at least to the extent that they would believe that it does, now they're moving the war to now taking away rights from women. And I think you're absolutely right, too, in one of the things you said, which is it becomes an awfully slippery slope when you start taking away folks' rights of whatever population you point to, because today it's women, tomorrow it's going to be something else. 2 weeks ago it was Muslims, a year ago it was something else. And the other thing you say that I 100% agree with is when you have black people stand up and use their platform to espouse the same rhetoric, like Kanye West. What is he doing running for president now the second time? Well, I mean, we all understand why he is. It's to try to help Donald Trump. There is and Candace Owens and that gubernatorial candidate in North Carolina. I think his last name is Robinson.
Robinson.
I think I've heard that he's a pastor.
Yep.
He's a black pastor running for governor in North Carolina, saying the same stuff about taking away women's rights to vote. This kind of stuff should not happen.
Yeah, 100%. It's any marginalized group of people. It's like it was like when Herschel Walker's son, who identifies as queer, and he but then he was like regurgitating and repeating right wing talking points. It looks and it's extra bad. You know what I'm saying? It hurts a little bit more to have a black queer man say the things that he was saying. You know what I mean? So they could just point to him and go, see, even the black queer man, you know what I mean? Like, and that gives it more traction. Same thing with Jason Whitlock. It's like, see, look, even a heterosexual black man is saying blah, 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 blah. See, black people is not that bad. Come over here. Come and no, it is that bad. It is terrible. It is gonna hurt us. Like, I don't care what face you see saying it. It's all the same thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it comes from Harrison Buchter or if it comes from Robinson or if it comes from Trump or if it comes from Whitlock or if it comes from what's his name? Dr. Umar. Because a lot of them say very similar things. Now, Dr. Umar may not mention a candidate to vote for. He doesn't do that necessarily. And I don't even think Dr. Umar votes. But if he does vote, I don't think he votes for a Republican at all. Like, I don't believe that about him. But his ideologies reinforce the same things that the right is trying to push. They reinforce that stuff. When you are in favor of a hierarchy that is the patriarchy, when you are espousing things that support the patriarchy, right, and put men at the top and women and children and everybody else at the bottom, well, heterosexual men at the top. If you do that, right, you don't have to come out and say and vote for my candidate. You don't have to do that. All you can just be a mouthpiece and go out there, and you never have to mention the candidate and just be like, yep, the black man is the head of the household, and black women are to blame for X, Y, and Z, and white women treat black women better, and blah, blah, blah. You can say all of this stuff, and then black men go, yeah, and then here comes a white T politician that is saying very similar things, and they go, that's my guy. That's the person I'm going to vote for. So you don't really have to be direct with it. And that's why I put, like I said, that's why I put them kind of in a flow chart, because you don't really hear politics out of these people on your left, right? If you're starting with, like, even in the middle, like Don P all the way down, even like Fresh and Fit, even though they vote Republican. But like where you start to get the political mixed with like an actual, like, not political, but because it's all political, but them actually saying the quiet part out loud, that's when you get to the Andrew Tates. That's when you get to the Jason Whitlocks. That's when you get to the Harrison Buchters. And they all support and I just put Trump up there because Trump ain't even really the face of this stuff, to be honest with you. He's just running for the Republican candidate or whatever. And he's gonna be the Republican candidate. But it's that party, it's that group think, it's that ideology, it's whatever you want to say. Their brand of politics is ultimately aligned with all of it. Like, all these people are in some way, shape, or form contributing to the same thing. And that's what I want people to understand. I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying all these people are necessarily equal, or they're all voting for the same thing, or they're all doing the same thing, but they all uphold the same ideology. And that's the most important thing, because it's when you lay that foundation, like even Trip, I don't know, you don't know who Trip is, Devin, but I'll tell you who Trip is. So Trip is a dude on the bottom left. Even the dude with the NY hat, I don't know him. And they're on that show. When you listen to them and you listen to how they talk about men and women in a relationship, and I know people don't know, it's all connected to the politics. When they talk about when they basically conditioning men to not take responsibility for anything and putting it off on women, is directly connected to politics. It's directly connected to that. And that's the type of stuff that they do. They put everything, they try to act like it goes both ways. They try to obfuscate, they muddy the waters, they make it very confusing for people to see where the real problems are coming from. Who are the real movers and shakers? Who actually has the authority? Who actually has the power to oppress, and so on and so forth. Right? They do that. They make it very confusing. And I don't even think that they know they're doing that, by the way. Because I think they're very ignorant when it comes to politics. I think they're just I think they're just ignorant. So I think they're like just blindly following. Same thing with Sneeko. He's just blindly following. He's a young kid. He doesn't know. Future, same thing. When you listen to Future's music, what does he say? It's about oppressing women. It's about being abusive to women. That's his whole brand and shtick is rooted in abusing women. That's what it is, right? So that's what I want people to understand. You cannot watch this stuff. You cannot listen to this stuff and not understand how it's all connected and how it's all leading us inevitably to this one place.
Yep, 100% agree. I think rooted in all of it, because you're right. I mean, there's shades of gray here, right? In the sense that there might be artist X who is misogynistic, so he's got that going for him, but doesn't really go as hard tilt to go, in the direction of necessarily wanting to take away voting rights, say.
Yeah.
But you're right. All connected, all feeds the narrative, and the root of that evil, I think, is the fact that you're kind of going down the road of, hey, today, Andrew Tate has made his shtick, his whole thing, his whole persona is misogyny. I think that leads you down the road of hating something, in his case, women. And in general, as soon as you start down that road, you become more and more prone to be okay or look the other way in some of the darker stuff that you tend to find further to the right of the political spectrum. And so, yeah, you might be a queer black man, Herschel Walker's son, who wouldn't be welcome at a Trump rally if he wanted to, but spouts enough of the nonsense that it all kind of sounds like he's part of that game. And it just sends you down a very slippery slope, I think.
Yep. The rabbit hole is definitely deep. What up, Liz?
Hey, public. Happy Juneteenth.
You too. Appreciate it.
So I only have a second, but I just want to say it's interesting that you put this prompt up because I made a TikTok like a few months ago that was like, guess who said this? Was it a red pill dude or a Handmaid's Tale character? And I showed it to my husband and he got every one of them wrong. He couldn't tell the difference between who says. So no, I mean, so it's true, like this is where we're headed.
Sadly. And if we're headed there, once again, if we're headed here, if we're headed to Gilead, I want black people, but black men specifically, to understand that I know in the show and in the book, they didn't talk about it. They didn't talk about what they did to black people. But I want you guys to know that there's no place for us in that country. That is going to be a white ethnic state, like without a doubt. Like that's what it's going to be. So I don't know what to tell y'all. There is no place for us there outside of slavery, outside of us being extremely oppressed. Outside of us being extremely oppressed, the same way the women are going to be extremely oppressed. So if we're not fighting in their, we might be in their militaries, we might be working in their factories, we might be, we might be in their militaries, we might be in their factories, we're going to be their chauffeurs, we're going to be doing that type of stuff, but we're not going to hold any positions of power. I promise you guys. Jay-Z will not have a seat at the table, despite what he thinks. He will not be there. I guarantee you that. Obama won't be there. They will not be at that table, right? So I need for us to understand how this doesn't help us as black. Like this, we got to stop this. This is crazy. Like I said, I wish I could play the video, but the video I saw today was wild. It was really wild to hear black men just be like, to hear Jason Whitlock to get up on the stage and just be like, hey, yeah, we need to go back to the days when women couldn't vote. I was like, come on, bro.
So in the book, it is like that. Like it is a white ethno state, but in the show, they didn't make it like that because
Okay.
yeah, they would have had to just hire white actors, and you don't want to do that.
Got it. Yeah, for TV they had to play. They had to see. That's why the movies and the books don't. I don't know. That's why you got to get into it. I wanted to read that book. I got to do it. Did you want to say something else? Did you want to say something else, Liz?
No, I'm good. Take care, public.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Devin, did you want to say something?
Just last point is everyone that we've talked about so far has a platform and is using it rightly or wrongly the way that they intend to, presumably to make money, right? I can't imagine that if there's really any other motivation for the vast majority of these folks. They might really believe the nonsense they spout, but whether they believe it or not, it's all about the dollar bill in the end. The concern I have is for the more sinister people, and I think we're seeing that generation of folks surface, the Robinsons of the world. He's an elected official, or espouses to be. He wants to be. Currently, he's just a party nominee for a very important role in the state of North Carolina. But we do have elected officials that are in positions of immense authority, doing things of tremendous harm to marginalized communities and especially Black populations, not the least of which, a good example of that is Clarence Thomas. Yeah. And stuff like that has got to stop also.
That's facts. We definitely got to get a hold on that. Hey, Devin, I appreciate you coming up, brother. It's always good. It's always good to hear people say the right thing, especially non-Black people. That's always cool, man. See, we coming together. Cop City. Exactly. We're coming together, you guys. Look at that. Maybe not so much, but hey, at least Devin gets it, At least Devin gets it. All right, hold on. I'm just changing my settings on that, and I'm good to go. All right, here we go. We're back. All right. Nah, he wasn't talking to us like we were dumb. Come on. He just didn't presume that everybody knew what he knew or what he saw. That's fine. He wasn't being. I can't see your name. I'm sorry. Are you there?
I'm here. Tamika.
Tamika, what's good? I'm sorry. My thing is blocking it right now.
It's okay. I saw that. I just wanted to come up real quick because I think that sometimes, as people of color, we sometimes forget that at one point it was us. So sometimes it's gay people, sometimes it's going for women, sometimes it's going for other groups. But we forget that we need to stick together with all marginalized groups because once they're done with the other group, then they come for us. What I think a lot of people of color don't realize, or especially African-American people, slavery was codified. That is set in stone. And the only reason that people are not allowed to have slaves legally is because of federal laws, right? So if the federal laws are removed, they can go by state basis. And I'm in Texas. So, with Abbott here, I can guarantee he would make it legal to have slaves. I think that's just step one. Take the rights away from women, and then we'll go and take the rights away from people of color, because we can legally, since it's only being upheld on the federal level. So if they go for one group, they're going to go for all the groups. We just all need to stick together and remember that we're not the enemies. We have a common enemy, and we need to fight together.
Yeah, we do have a common enemy. A common enemy in this particular case, I think, is the systems. Right? But if you had to put a face on it or put names to it, we can. But I think it's easier to point out the systems, and then whoever supports the systems, obviously, then they would be an enemy, right? So yeah, our common enemy is capitalism, it's the patriarchy, so on and so forth.
Exactly.
But a lot of it's just really tough for people to understand that and to move accordingly. So that's why we have these that's why we're having these conversations, so that maybe somebody could see that for themselves and be like, oh damn, I'm on the wrong side of things.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I
Yep.
appreciate you coming up, Tamika.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah,
Jake.
hey, what's up, man? Oh, so what's going on here, man? What is this? What's this about? Andrew Tate, Trump, I mean, Sneeko, all the guys, all the influencers?
All the influencers? No.
Well, the red pill influencer guys?
You said what?
The red pill influencer.
Yeah. Some of these dudes aren't necessarily red pill. They're just a part of the problem, I would say.
Right, they're basically pushing a narrative. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's going on with it though? I mean, is it? I mean, not all of their stuff they're saying is bad.
Of course it is.
You think so?
I know so.
But what about protecting your asset as a man?
What does that mean?
Bro, if you have kids and
Kids aren't an asset. That's already wrong. But go ahead.
if you're a young man and you grow up in this world and you had to like climb up, you were climbing uphill, and then you get to the point where you get enough to be able to have a family, and you put, you didn't have like, the mom and dad and everyone helping you out. You kind of had to go bust your ass to get it done alone.
Okay.
How is that? The woman should want to be part of that.
Of course she will be part of that. How would you have a family without a woman? I don't understand. What are you talking about?
But you post on here forced. I mean, I know it's just kind of a clickbait headline, but
It's not clickbait though. That's the thing. I don't do clickbait. I don't have to do clickbait. I could tell the truth, and it's just the truth. Jason Whitlock he was at the black dude to the right. He was at a rally for Trump, and he got up there and said, I think it was for Trump. It might have been for something. It was he was at like some political, event or whatever, some right-wing political event. And he said that he wants us to go back to pre-women suffrage movement days when women didn't have voting rights.
huh?
So what are you talking about? I'm not. And he was like, oh, and the only way that a woman could have a vote or whatever you want to say is they would have to be in a family with a man, and because it's one vote, one house, one vote, right? So literally, he wants to force women into slavery.
Huh? Yeah. Well,
Harrison Buckner got on stage and said the most diabolical lie told to women was you going out there and pursuing your career and being fulfilled as an individual is not the thing that's going to make you the happiest. That's what he told women. He told them that their life doesn't begin until they get a husband and have children. That's what he told them. Again, wife slave. So what are you talking about clickbait? Where's the clickbait?
Oh, the part where it says wants to force. I mean, that's it says force. Like, I mean, we all know it's like that. No one's trying to force.
Hold on, Jake. If you take away women's right to vote and you take away their ability to make money, what do you think will happen? What do you call that?
That's
you take away their right to bodily autonomy. You take away their right. You take away their ability to make money and get an education, and you take away their rights to vote. That's not force. You're not forcing them to be a wife slave.
Well, I was saying it's like the government can really screw some shit up though too if people get too caught up in politics.
You can't get too caught up in politics. There's no such thing. Politics rule the world. Politics run our world.
Right. That's a form of slavery right there.
But hold on. But do you not understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not getting what your point is. You're saying that you're acting like what I'm saying is extreme, but it's not me saying it, it's them saying it. I'm just repeating what they're saying.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And you're acting like I'm just doing it for clickbait, and I think that was very disingenuous of you. Because I'm not
No,
doing that
no.
for clickbait.
Well,
I'm telling the truth.
it don't matter. Whatever. I mean, it's just, it's not like that, bro. I don't think there's, bro. People love. People need to have some form of connection in this world, whether it's, kind of like, if it's not the government, bro. If it's not you, bro, it's the government's gonna they'll be the slave to some government or some corporate job. Any woman, bro, it don't matter. They just need some kind of a containment, dude. You have to
Okay.
understand biology a little bit deeper
I
and
need to
understand
understand biology a little bit deeper.
about female nature.
What's female nature?
Female nature, it's connected with the part of the um the nurture nature. Nurture needs a lot of protection around it. Okay,
So women,
men,
all
nature,
women are
nurture needs
natural.
nature to protect
So
it.
all women are natural nurturers. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's all. That's their number one mo, bro. Like
So
this.
all women are natural nurturers. Okay,
Yeah, and
interesting.
yeah, and what happens is that if you take that away, bro, like you're gonna see some shit. What do you think's happening with crime rates and all that?
What do you
Ain't
think
no
is
woman
happening with
nurturing,
crime rates and all that? Crime is
huh?
down, but what are you over the last 30 years? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What I'm talking? I'm talking about uh uh kids coming out of the home. Um, if the woman's not mentally prepared, bro, the a young black man need a father or white man, whatever race you want to call it, bro. I don't care. But if that woman has a kid with a guy and she don't like the guy, she leaves the guy. The kid now doesn't have a masculine man to help guide and lead these young men, bro. That could be a crash course for disaster, bro.
That's not
Like,
true.
bro, yes, it's true. It's all over. Look over the internet. It's everywhere.
I have. I
All over.
looked over the internet. It's not true. What those kids need more than anything. So first of all, the outcomes of children are directly connected to the state of the mother. So if the mother is happy and healthy, the children will end up being happy and healthy. The number one thing that drives that outside of like, well, pretty much is money, to be honest with you, for the most part. It's not to say every person that has money is happy and healthy, but the thing that will mess that up the most is if the woman is struggling financially, right? Like the same thing with anybody. So you saying that men that they need masculine whatever in the what is masculinity? What is that?
They
What
need
is
a
that?
man, bro. Bro, they need to balance the scales, bro. Man and woman.
What do you
This
mean
is like,
balance? Do
bro.
you have kids? Jake? Do you have kids?
No, bro. But I have a lot of
Hold on,
friends that.
wait. Hold on. Take a step at a time. So you don't have kids. I have children. I have sons at that. Um, my sons don't. My wife will teach my sons everything they need to know as far as it pertains to how to be a good quote unquote man. She will undoubtedly teach them and is currently teaching them everything they need to know about that right now. Right. She doesn't
Not
need
every woman.
me there. Hold on. She doesn't need me there to teach them that. She doesn't. What would make it very hard on her is if financially she was struggling, right? Because then she doesn't have the time to pour into them. She doesn't have the time to pour into herself and keep herself up and things of that nature. So that would very much throw a monkey wrench in the whole shebang bang, right? That would mess up the whole thing. So the number one thing I think men can do, fathers can do, is make sure that that woman is healthy and make sure that that woman is financially stable. I think if you do those two things as men, a poor man in a child's life, right? Like this is what I'm saying. You got a father in a child's life, he's poor. You got a mother in the child's life, the mother is poor. The mother is unhealthy mentally, unhealthy physically, unhealthy economically. You have a
Yeah.
man probably unhealthy all three of those ways, but let's say he's not unhealthy mentally. He's healthy. He's healthier mentally because it's hard to be healthy mentally in this state, this day and age, especially being poor. but let's say he's just, stable, but he's poor. That child, if you compare him, you compare the outcomes of that child compared to a child that was raised by a single mother all by herself, financially stable, healthy, happy, that child in that scenario is going to more than likely have a better outcome than the child that had both parents in his life. That's what I'm saying. So what you're saying doesn't make sense. They
No,
don't
bro, no.
balance
Look at
doesn't
Kevin.
exist. That's not a real thing. What are you talking about?
Bro, that
Balance?
raises simps, bro. That raises simps. Those guys are just gonna be online hitting you with emojis all day long. Those,
What do you mean
bro,
raises sense?
simps, man. Bro, look at Kevin Durant, like simp. All these actors, all these paid for public actors, all these dudes are all like single mothers. Like, I mean, they got nothing.
Kevin Durant is 1,000 times more successful than you and me at anything.
He's still a simp though, bro. He's
I
still
don't.
pushing
Is that what you tell yourself to sleep better at night? Is like, yeah, you like chuckle before you go to sleep, like Kevin Durant. Yeah, he's
exactly.
a world famous, world class NBA player who can
Simp.
get anything he wants at any point in time, and you go, well, but at least I'm not a simp like he is. Like what?
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's not. I don't. Dude, I know, man. It's like he never grew up, bro. He never had
But
dad
he's
to
like,
grow up, bro.
but he's
He
like
didn't.
healthier than you mentally, and he's like financially more stable than you, and he's happier than you.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
what
But
do you
still,
mean
man,
exactly? He's winning. That's what I'm trying to help you understand, Jake. He won. You lost. You don't have kids. You're like a 30-some-year-old man. You don't have kids. You don't have a family. Like,
right.
what do you mean? Like, at least he don't have that either, but at least he's rich. At least he's jet setting around the country. At least he's great at something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, how are you laughing at him? That's bro, that's unhinged. For being a simp. Like, you can laugh at people for a lot of things. Let's, you want to call him a bad person. Okay, you can say I'm not a bad person. He is a bad person, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. But calling him a simp and then laughing like as if you have a leg up on him.
Bro, I can call it out, man. I can see it, dude. Bro, if if you could see 90% of the people, like, they wear their heart on their sleeves, bro. It's so easy to see, bro. Like, it's not. It's like, look, yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe you came from middle class. I don't know, bro. But like,
I came from middle class?
yeah,
No.
upper middle class.
No.
No.
No. I came from poverty. I came from food stamps and Section 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But was there abuse in your home?
Of course.
Okay. Like on a scale of 1 to 10. Be honest.
Abuse. I don't know. I was abused. What do you mean?
Bro, ain't no chicken slavery, bro. They need to nurture, bro. There's no such thing as that. That's I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that headline even works. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. Like, women want to nurture stuff, bro, and when they stop doing that,
When's the last time you talked to a woman, Jake?
dude. Well, they don't talk anymore, bro. They don't want to talk, bro. They want the government to tell them what to do, man. They're married to Biden, bro. They don't even want to talk. They'd rather listen to Biden than listen to you, man. I'm serious. Go on the street, bro. They want to listen to Biden, bro. They don't want to listen to you. I'll tell you straight up. After the pandemic, bro, they're like, nah. Bro, how many chicks listened to you during the pandemic? Like, hey, be careful about that vaccine, or don't do that, don't do this. None of them. They listen to the government, bro. That's straight viral, bro. That's toxic. They ain't listen to alpha males no more. They just want to listen to what the news has to tell them. Bro, get real, man. Stop simping. Stop simping for these chicks, bro. Tell them what's up.
But they don't listen to me.
Coming in and they're coming in and scooping up all the chicks, bro.
Jake, you're not making sense. You just said women don't listen to me. So why would I tell them what's up? They're not gonna listen to me anyway, right?
Exactly.
Not exactly. What? It's not exactly. It's the opposite of exactly.
Bro,
you just told me that they don't listen to me anyway. They listen to Biden. And what's the use of me telling them anything? That's why I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you.
You don't have to talk to them ever again, bro. They're fine with the government, bro.
Well, I have a wife.
Propaganda.
But wait, I have a wife though, so I do have to talk to women.
Okay, Well, then I'm talking about most guys that don't
Guys
have
like
game,
you who
man.
never talk to women. That's what I'm saying. Like, so why would I listen to a man that never talks to women tell me what women want? You don't think that that's odd? Versus a man who talks to women all day long?
Bro,
You think would
women
be
need.
who do you think would understand women better? A man that never talks to women or a man that constantly talks to women?
I always talk to women, man.
No, you don't.
When I can, but
But you
they
can't
don't
ever
like to
talk to them
talk,
because they
bro.
run when you try to talk to them.
I try to talk to them, but they're afraid of everything, bro.
Especially men like you. Yeah.
No, not me. It's the government creating. No, bro. It's the government causing propaganda, bro.
Uh,
It's all it is.
all right, Jake.
They're being hijacked. That's what I'm saying, man.
Hold on, Jake. I got you.
That
Extreme, what's good? You on mute. You gotta unmute. I got you, Jake. Hold on, brother. I gotta bring the other people in real quick. Go ahead. Go ahead, Extreme. Hold on. Let's send Extreme that thing. Hey y'all, let's keep tapping. We only have 56,000 likes. Are you not entertained? Can y'all bang the cash out one time for your boy? You see it right there. Prince Hayes, y'all see what it is. Yeah, let's hit that. Let's bang that cash out one time. Extreme, go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Or sister. I don't even know if you're a man or a woman. I ain't gonna lie. This is crazy. Craziness. So we gonna dump Extreme. We gotta dump
Hey,
Extreme.
what up, cuz? What up, cuz?
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Tara, what's good?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. Yeah, I just wanted we were talking about this last night, and I just wanted kind of speak on like the whole propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who was just up would be like a case study, where essentially they learn things that repel them away from like everybody else in society, and then they can't like they're enabled to
Appreciate you,
say
Carmela. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's like they're able to say this is something I'm doing, so it's like everybody else. And essentially, these people are dangerous because they're it's a reason why their information is out there. Like
Mm-hmm.
anybody know about the manosphere? Manosphere is alt right. Um,
This is the
and
manosphere.
yeah, so it's alt right, and they use the same propaganda tactics that they did in Germany to get
Mm-hmm.
certain people to allow them to take a portion of the population and separate them. Y'all know what they did with the. It's the same propaganda. That's why these people are so dangerous because essentially they are willing for women to lose any and all rights because in their mind, I deserve that woman. Like I want to have access to a woman. They glorify it like it's, everything's gonna be okay when I have access to a woman. When essentially a lot of these men really need to work on themselves and learn how to build their community with other men. Um, I think it could be. It doesn't have to just be other men, but that's where they in the mindset. Like y'all need to be able to like actually build actual community with other men
Mm-hmm.
and not just I don't know, like performing around other men and like men do a lot of parallel activities, but they're not actually connecting. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a family, but it's status, and like a woman is supposed to do all these things for me. But essentially, like all this is propaganda. Like we are literally reliving the propaganda from Germany in World War One. We seeing it in real time.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I talk about that often. How they use the same tactics. That's 100% right. Grandpa War says nothing wrong with the housewife. So you're admitting that all housewives are wife slaves? Because this doesn't say housewife, this says wife slave. I would love for you to come up as well, Grandpa War. If Grandpa War doesn't come up, well, we're gonna mute you for the rest of the live. Grandpa War, you can come up. I can't add you, so you got to come up on your own. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah. So we like we were saying, like she's got a point that right there. This system, man, it's pulling the arms of our women, bro. Like they're this guy's going pulling her this way, and then the other side's pulling her that way. Like no, man, no. She needs that man that she can trust.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about that she has a safe space to nurture, and all these guys that are on your screen these dudes are all men that have that capability of giving her that space where if she wants to have 6 kids and stay at home and cook and clean, good for her, bro. Good for her. You know what I'm saying? Good for her. The more the better, bro. More the merrier. I mean, if she wants to have 10 kids, I don't care. Ain't no such thing as slavery, bro. What the hell is that? What the, I was like, is that clickbait? No, Harold. That's all she wants to do, man. This wife slave. What? That doesn't make any sense, bro. Really?
You keep repeating the same things over and over again. I want you to make a new point because I already addressed what it means.
Okay.
It's
My
perfect.
mom had okay. My mom had a bunch of kids, right? I don't want to say many, but a lot.
Gotcha.
And she asked me. She goes, "Hey, what's wrong with like men these days? Why are they trying to be women, trans?" I was like,
Got to go, Jake. Just in time. Locks and Dimples. Hey y'all, shout out Locks and Dimples. She paid for that boot. She put the boot to Das boot. She put Das boot to that boy neck, to that boy bum. Got him up out of here. JP did it just a tad bit too slow. Just a tad bit too slow. He gone though. Don't worry about it. I got you, JP.
Drop. I just wanted to come up and say, a man like that is a perfect case study. He said it when he said women don't speak to him anymore. He think he knows women better than women know themselves.
Wait.
Unfortunately, and I'm pretty sure he's consuming this content on a daily basis. So when he says everywhere, that's because his algorithm is set that way. So he thinks everybody else is consuming the same information he is. But yeah, it's a lot of these people. The alt right conservatives or whoever you want to say who's behind all this, they don't care about the consequences of this. They're just going to use people. They go for certain people who, if you look at Mein Kampf, where a lot of these political strategies come from,
My call.
um,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, he literally says he tailors this propaganda so that those.
Wait. I don't know. We could talk. We gotta be careful with
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry, my bad,
I
my
just
bad.
thought about it right now. I'm like, man, let's be safe. Okay.
I
You can
apologize.
go.
I'm gonna drop right after, just to
Yeah.
protect the lie. But I'm just saying they're using some of the same political strategies, and the propaganda is supposed to go for people at a certain they consider at a certain intellectual level because they know they don't have the critical thinking to see anything else. So thanks for letting me up.
No problem. All right. Yeah, we gotta be careful, man. Let's be careful. What up, Navi?
What's going on with you, black man? Happy Juneteenth, everybody, in the sound of my voice.
You too, brother.
Thank you, thank you. I don't know how many times I have to keep telling you, man, before you come on to Publix Live, y'all need to rehearse. This is crazy. Um,
They don't listen to you, Navi.
they don't be listening. Y'all got to rehearse. Y'all got to come together and have a meeting because this is. I'm not a woman, and Jake scared the hell out of me,
He had me shook.
bro.
Sit there
Like,
like this.
listen. I am not, and he had me scared. Like he's like he's for me as an author. I would definitely write a serial killer, um,
Mm.
a thriller about
Mhm.
him because
Just on that
this.
exchange alone, I think you can get
Oh,
a good amount of information to
a-
start something.
absolutely. So if as me as a man, if he creeped me out, I can only imagine what women are going through listening to that type of foolishness. And
Hmm.
the prompt, I'm going to address the prompt. You absolutely correct. And everybody on the backdrop are agents of chaos.
Hmm.
The agents of chaos. At this point, as I'm looking at it, all of this propaganda is basically, profiting off of black trauma. The more you can
Clock
create
it.
fear inside of the psyche of black people, especially black women, it is the most profitable form of entertainment right now in America,
Mm.
especially within the black community. It is extremely profitable to berate, disparage, and talk down on black women. And those who speak against it, those who speak out and expose it, they're considered to be the simps and the panderers. I've said this too many times. If Brother Malcolm was alive today, they would call him a simp.
Oh, 100%.
They would call him a simp. And to force women into being wife slaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
is the purpose. It's the purpose of this propaganda. You can hear it when they're saying like all women want to nurture. How do you know what women want when you barely speak to them, like you said? Like some women don't want to have kids,
A lot of women
and
don't
as
want
a
to have kids.
exactly,
A lot of women
and as a
can't.
human
Navi,
being,
Navi,
hmm?
a lot of women can't have kids. A lot of women
Exactly,
already had kids and their kids are grown. Like, there's
yeah.
so many different women in the world. Like, what are you talking
Talking
about? This is
about like
crazy.
you have to respect women as a human being first, and then their gender second. Like they're a human being, they have a right. It's
Mm-hmm.
the way that this sounds like listening to Jake and some people that come on your panel. It sounds like men, a certain group of men, don't believe that women have the intellect to know
What
right
they
from
want.
wrong, what
Mm-hmm.
they want, what's best for them, and so you need a man to come in, an owner, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
right? An owner to come in and tell you what you need to do because you don't know how to do it. You can't make better decisions for yourself. Meanwhile, the contradiction is blowing me because men depend on women to actually make the better decisions when running families. Because
Mm-hmm.
if they leave it up to us, we gonna cluck it up. We
Crash and
gonna
burn.
spend the money. Yeah, we gonna spend the money we ain't supposed to be spent. We out here
Mm-hmm.
outside babies. Here come child support taking money out of the
Mm-hmm.
household. We out here spending money. $300-400 on a pair of shoes. We
Mm.
doing all type of wild shit,
Not too
right? And
much.
then it's
Not
the
not too
wife.
not too much, Navi. Not too much
I'm
on the
sorry.
shoe.
Okay, I'm sorry. You know,
Not too much.
but you know you and then you have them come in and now the wife has to reel it in, but at the same time we're telling women you don't know how to make good decisions with your body autonomy. You don't know how women they want to nurture. Bro, women just want to be left alone.
Really, at the end of the day.
It's, they just want to be left alone, and that's what all of this is about. Like, can you leave us alone so that we can make the decisions as we want to? This like I haven't watched Handmaid's Tale. I've just
Oh, you
heard
gotta
things
watch Handmaid's
about it.
Tale, bro.
I
You
am
gotta
gonna get
watch it.
into it because yeah, this is the way that these guys are talking. I really need to
You
watch
wanna
that.
you
Tell me.
Navi, you wanna watch something and get mad? Watch it. You gonna
Oh,
enjoy it.
yeah,
I'm
I
sitting there,
probably will
I'll
get.
be on busy the whole time. I was
Are
like,
you?
wow, this is crazy. And then I
Yeah.
started thinking about it. The more I thought about it, I was like, why do it already feel like we here though? Like, I don't know, like something just it wasn't sitting right with me. Because I started watching it years ago, because it's on its fifth season now. And it
Okay.
froze for like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? It came back in like a year and a half. So it's 6 years removed or whatever. And I'm sitting there, I'm watching, I was like, man, about halfway, a season into it, I was like, this kind of already feel like America. Like,
Yeah,
am I tripping?
but you know the crazy thing about the men on the back on your back end, right, that you have on the thingy, they talk all of that crap online, right? They talk all of that crap, and when they turn off the microphone, when they turn off the camera, they go do the exact
They go
opposite.
kiss their girls and go.
Yeah, like they go do the exact opposite. Like none of these men have a wife that has an afro
uh,
or don't wear makeup. Point one out. Who?
oh,
Which
I
one
got
of
what you're
these?
saying.
You know
Oh,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
The
know they
wigs,
talking
wigs,
about.
lashes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they all
Yeah,
wear wigs. They all wear
yeah,
lashes. Some of
yeah.
these guys are voting for a president who wears a wig.
He wear a wig.
Donald
At
Trump,
least
yeah,
a
he
comb
wear
over.
makeup. He wears
He wear
makeup.
makeup
He
too. He
wears
wear hella
wig.
makeup. Hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
Yep.
this is the dude that you want us to. And he's a convicted felon.
Hmm.
Like, a lot of this, a lot of this is peacocking for the white male gaze.
Yep.
That's what it is. Like
Lot.
you're desiring for white men to look at you and say, "Come on in,
Oh, be
boy. You can
careful.
come
Hold on.
on
Let's be
in."
careful with the
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
white people.
The Anglo-Saxon men that tell you,
Yeah.
"Come on in, boy. You good now, boy. Come on in the big house."
Hmm.
They never gonna choose us, brothers. No matter
Never.
how much peacocking we do, they are never gonna choose us.
Mm-mm.
They are never going to choose us because they understand how this works. If you allow another man into your house, depending on the quality and the strength of that man, you will now be subservient to that man. And they're never going to invite you in. They'll allow the sisters in because they understand certain things. But brothers, they're never going to choose us. So all of
Uh,
this that we doing,
no, I was gonna say black men, we gotta stop being pygmies. Like, cause we the biggest. I mean, men are the biggest pygmies in general, but black men gotta stop being the biggest pygmies.
Oh, we
This
pander. We pander
man,
hard, bro.
we
We
some
penis pander
pandering
hard. We
man over
pan-
there.
we, they
Jason Whitlock is the biggest panderer I've ever seen. I'm like, what? Herschel Walker, Robinson, like these dudes are huge panders, like pander bears.
Herman Cain pandered
Herman
himself
Cain,
all the
like
way out into the underworld. He pandered himself until he met the underworld. Like he
what's
was in
that dude's
Hades
name?
and still pandering.
What's that dude's name? Royce White. Royce
Yeah.
White, pander. Like
What's the
what
other
is
dude
wrong with
that was
y'all?
telling us that we need to go back to Jim Crow in order for us to
Officer
experience
Tatum.
it? Yeah,
Officer Tatum, pander.
like just they will pander to their own detriment. And then when the fix come in and they switch up on them, then they want to come back to the black community and tell us how they always supported us and it was just misunderstood. Like
Somebody said Candace Owens, that was a perfect time. I was talking about black men, but yeah, Candace Owens, exactly what she did when she got burned. Now she want to run back to the black community. Like, see? Like, shut up. We told you stop messing with them over there. We already told you.
singing Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but you had nothing positive to say about Will Smith when he popped Chris Rock. Like, stop.
Real quick. Is it Indy? I'm sorry. Is it Indy? Indy Monet?
Yeah, it's Indy.
Indy Monet. Hey, that's a nice name.
Hi, thanks for
Hey,
having me.
yeah, no problem. So I just wanted to answer your question because I couldn't answer it in the comments.
Yeah.
Why is Umar up there? So Umar is very anti-LGBTQIA. And he's very much he's anti-woman and he's anti-black women. You know, I don't care what he says. I don't care how he he talks out of both sides of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to black women, but he tells black women stuff like let that man cheat in peace. He said I played a video one day. It was so I was like, this dude, is he not listening to what he's saying? He said if y'all was in here, I played a video where he was like saying that white tea women they will, like, a black woman will pass on a white tea, a black woman will pass on a black man who don't got his stuff together, but a white tea woman will come in and invest in that black man and build him up. And so black women should start doing that with black men, like that, just preaching that struggle love stuff to black women, which that's not even true. White tea women don't even do that necessarily, but like as a group, you know what I mean? Dr. Umar definitely needs to be up here for many reasons, but that's one of them. And he also just pushes black patriarchy within the black community. Like his whole thing is like black men are at the top and black, but they try to hide it behind like black men are the protectors of the community and blah, 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 and all of that stuff when we're not, clearly, because how can we be the people causing the most harm, but also be the protectors? Like he just perpetuates a black patriarchy over a white patriarchy. That's his whole idea of how to beat this system and how to overcome our oppression is to replace the white tea man as a black man. That's all he wants to do.
Got you. Yeah, that makes sense because I don't follow Dr. Umar, but I've heard some of his like appearances on podcasts and things like that. But yeah, that definitely makes sense when you put it that way because yeah, that's very dangerous behavior, honestly, to our community for sure.
Super dangerous. Super dangerous. Telling women to just accept abuse. Telling black women to accept abuse, and you get on the internet all day long and talk about how much you love black women and snow bunnies never, and do all that performative stuff. But then when you talk to black women or you talk to black men, you don't hold black men accountable. You don't tell black men that we need to be better people necessarily. I mean, you don't really give us the formula on how to be a better man, right? He may say, oh, you got to get a job and you got to, he'll say like the basic stuff, but like he don't really hold black men accountable for nothing. Right. And then he turns around and says something like that about black women. Like, yeah, just accept the man abusing you. Like, what type of abuse was it? Was it over love or was it lust? Was it in the moment or did he plan it? Like, who cares? He cheated. What are you talking about? He said he would tell his own daughter that. I was like, yeah, this dude is. I don't even consume a lot of Dr. Umar, but like 80% of the stuff I hear him say is like some of the most anti-black stuff I've ever heard. And it's so funny to me that all you have to do is say you are pro-black. That's all you have to do is say you're pro-black and say, I don't support interracial dating or whatever the case may be. And a bunch of black people will buy into the idea that you are pro-black. And I'm listening, but I'm listening to them and I'm like, that is anti-black. Like, that is very harmful to black people. That is a very harmful thing to tell black women specifically. Very harmful, very toxic. Like, am I the only one clocking that? Which I know I wasn't, but when I heard it, sometimes I feel like that. I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand how he's literally just like, let's replace white men with black men, but let's still keep the same patriarchy intact. We just want to, move them out and move in, right? We want a turnkey house, which is the patriarchy. We don't want to have to build it up from the bottom. We don't want a new house. We don't want to fix her up, or we don't want that. We want a turnkey house. So we just gonna push the white man out. Black men, get your piece of the pie. Ascend, get to the top of the hierarchy, get to the top of the patriarchy, and then we're good.
Yeah.
Like,
so do you think out of all the men on the screen, he's like, well, what do you think? Who do you think is the most dangerous to our society or just to our community out of all of these men, and why?
First of all, I don't think these men are the most dangerous to our society, but these are the most these are the light version of what I'm talking about, right? Like, but they're the people that lead, and I said it earlier. So this is kind of like a flow chart. If you start from the bottom left with Trip and work your way around, you'll see A, it gets progressively more light, and B, they have progressively more power and influence, right? And their messages get more and more extreme. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but they all feed into the same thing. But Trump is a perfect example of it because he is where it all intersects, because he is a billionaire, which they are the real, you know what I mean? Like, they're the worst of the worst of the worst. So who's the most dangerous? The billionaires, the oligarchs, the 1/10 of the 1%ers, right? They're the most dangerous to everybody. And then, and then he was also the president of the United States. So he's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. He embodies both of those things, right? So he embodies the political ruling class, and he embodies the capitalist. You know what I'm saying? Usually we have to separate the capitalist from the political ruling class because the political ruling class aren't the capitalists. They don't have as much money, nowhere near as much money as the capitalists, and they don't have nearly as much influence as the capitalists do. Right? When they're in office, they have to do the bidding of the capitalists to stay in office. So you're not, if you get elected as senator from da 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 da, you know what I'm saying? When you get into office, you don't get to just write your own laws. You know what I'm saying? If you're, sorry, not a senator, that would be a congressperson. When you're a congressperson, you don't get to write your own laws, right? Citibank comes in and says, we want this law passed. Don't worry about it. We'll draft it up for you. And they draft up the laws, the bills, and they give it to you. And then you go and you present it as if this is me. I want this, but it's just one of your handlers gave it to you and told you to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, yeah, definitely. But on this list, who's the most dangerous? Obviously, it would be Trump because he has the most power and the most money and influence. But in our community, also Trump, because a lot of black men are following Trump. but I would say where who has the ears and the hearts, Future.
I would agree. I hear a lot of men in my personal life, and not to get anecdotal, but
please get anecdotal. Okay.
It's the Future versus Russell Wilson, and I'm always having to be on Russell's side because he's the example of what a lot of women want, and men don't think that women want that, and it's interesting, very interesting.
A lot of women want Future too, right? Because he's rich and famous, and he's tall, and he's attractive, and all of that stuff. But the men still, and they see women be with him, right? So they go, see, women be lying. That's not. I watch what women do, not what women say, and I'm like, okay. But they don't understand that they don't understand that Future. When he talks to these women, you think he's telling them. You think he's just being honest with them and being like, yep, you're going to be my ninth baby mama and I'm going to abandon you. And they're like, okay, I'm going to sign up for that. Or do you think he's like whispering sweet nothings in their ears and masking and saying that he's so different now and blah, 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 blah. just like any man does.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely finessing for sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I hate, that they try to act like is the reality, is like they act like women like oh these women, they're just attracted to this abusive man, and I'm like, they're really not though, right? They're not. That's not the thing that attracts them, to be honest with you. Even because they'll say, look at his track record and women still go with him. I'm like, yeah, because money is powerful, influence is powerful. Don't get me wrong. Those are the things they're attracted to, and there is a small demographic of women, right? Because they don't represent most women. There's a small demographic of women who is attracted to that, who will put that over everything else, right? A certain lifestyle that he can provide for her, access to certain things, whatever the case may be. There's definitely a demographic of women that is open to that is open to accepting, a future, right? No doubt about it. I'm not denying that at all. But to act like that is most women, you know what I'm saying? That's where the problem lies. It's not. You don't need to be extreme. You don't need to be like, well, since there are some women who still like a future, then that means that they represent most women or all women, and that's what these men want to believe. They don't want to believe you when you say, no, what women really want is a Russell Wilson type, right?
Yeah.
Because that's harder for them in their mind to reconcile, because it's way easier for you to. It's way easier. There's no justification for you as a human being to not be a better person, right? So, and essentially what people are saying when they say Russell Wilson, the idea of Russell Wilson, by the way, because we don't know Russell Wilson personally, but the idea of Russell Wilson, how he presents himself as patient and kind and empathetic and gentle and nurturing and caring and attentive and all of these things. That's how he presents himself,
A leader as well.
leader, yeah, amongst other things. He, capable, things of that nature, right? But it's easier for you as a human being to go, especially as a man in our society, it's easier for you to go, well, as long as I'm chasing money and trying to be like Future, because that's what these women really want. As long as I'm trying to be like Future and I'm trying to get to the bag, the proverbial bag, then that should excuse all of my sins along the way, all of my shortcomings along the way. Hey, why aren't you a better person, public? Oh, because I've been trying to get rich. Well, okay, get your bag, get black man, get your money, right? That's typically what the response is.
But
And
then
men
it's
know
a
that.
setup too, because when all you have is your money to offer, you don't want women to see only that. They don't want the woman to only want them
Who
for
said that?
that.
Who told you that?
Well, no, that's what I think. Like, as far as men who go chase the bag and don't work on themselves, as soon as the woman comes in and only wants the bag and not
They want that.
everything else.
They want that. Those men want that. That's what I'm saying. That's another thing. Broke dudes always be projecting on the rich. That's why I say stay out of rich people business. Broke dudes always act like rich dudes don't be out here leading with their money. Rich dudes know full and well why the woman is with him the majority of the time.
Facts. Yeah, that's the separation. You're right.
They know.
Yeah.
They know exactly what they're getting. They know exactly what they're signing up for. Stop trying to coddle them and act like they got tricked. He didn't know that she wanted to. Brother, you are 45, 50 years old. You are dating a 22-year-old.
Facts.
You don't think she's with you because of your money? Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
You don't think that? You think that woman is with you because you're the coolest guy on the planet, or that the thing that makes you the coolest guy on the planet is that you're rich and famous? Irv Gotti, exactly. Like, come on, y'all. Be for real. Jay-Z, stop it.
Facts. That is facts.
But yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. Like I said, I appreciate you coming up and having a conversation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. What up, Navi? You want to say something, brother?
No, I'm gonna drop, but I do want to say that what you were talking about when it comes to Donald Trump and the difference between a politician and what I like to call an overseer was spot on. Which is weird to me because we know that the overseers are the reason why our political process doesn't work, because they're paying our politicians to keep it stagnant, right? So that corporate interest takes precedence over the interests of the people.
Mhm.
So why would you vote in an overseer? You already know what he's going to do. You already know what he's going to do. He's going to make sure that corporate interest takes precedent over everything else, and we're pretending that he's going to somehow do something for the people. He's never done anything for the people. He's never been required to do anything for the people. His whole mindset, his entire life, is about profit and losses and how to finagle people out of money. And you actually think that he gonna go into the Oval Office and do right with the money? He already broke. The man could barely pay his bail money. You actually think we're going about to give him the keys to the kingdom and think that he gonna turn the money over to the people?
You know what's
cannot
crazy?
trust. Go
You know
ahead.
what's crazy, Navi? When you run, not when you run for office, but like for certain jobs they run your credit, right? Like police, I believe they run your credit.
Exactly.
And they do that because they don't want to have somebody on the force that has like outstanding debts and things of that nature, because they know that that is an easy way to be corrupted, right? The crazy thing is Trump outstanding debts, owes a bunch of money, like you said, barely got enough money to make bail, and they're letting this man run for president. Like we can't run his credit. His FICO is not high enough for him to be president, bro. He went bankrupt 17 times.
Yeah, he shouldn't even be allowed to sweep the White House front steps, because you're a convicted felon at the same time. So you're gonna put someone who's a convicted felon and also is in horrendous debt, and you're gonna put him in the Oval Office. It is crazy.
It's wild, man.
It's wild. But again, this is because I know that most people believe that voting for Trump means that other people are going to suffer more than you will. You'll be okay with suffering a little bit because you think he's going to give preferential treatment to you due to your skin color, your gender. When he's an overseer, the only preferential treatment he has ever given was people who have money. If you don't have money, you're going to be on the outside. Thank you so much, brother, for having me come up. I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and drop.
No problem.
And y'all need to start rehearsing before y'all come up on these. Don't come up
on the way out.
Rehearse. Rehearse.
Appreciate you, bro. Oh man, hey man, let's get them likes up. 130,000 likes. Let's get some more shares in too. Don't stop sharing the live, man. Let's go. We got to get on the FYP. I appreciate y'all, really do. What we got? There we go. All right. Let's get a little pause in here real quick. Pause for the cause before we bring up the next people. Let's bang the Cash App one time. Are you not entertained? This is great. Love these lives. Hold on. What we got going on here? Get my subs up here. Yes, attitude problem. Attitude problem said, didn't Trump offer to get rid of all the restriction for oil companies if they gave him $1 billion? Yes, he did. Hey, what's going on? Sukiro. This is Sukiro. He at the JO. She was at the JO. She was busy. She was busy at work. Busy at work. Busy. All right. Where we at? There we go. Appreciate you, China. Thanks for the Cash App. Y'all let me know on the YouTubes if anybody wants to come up. I could put the thing in there. Attract what you want in life. What you mean, creative solutions? Anything is possible. Yeah. Yeah. My brother just messaged me and said, bro, I can't open TikToks anymore. Then get TikTok. Fool don't got TikTok. But me and my mama be sending him TikToks and he be like, I can't open it. Then get TikTok. Just so you can open our TikToks then. You ain't got to stay on the damn app. What up, Kay?
So, like, I've been just sitting in and listening in on the live, and one of the things that I was thinking about was how it's being uh, like sold to women in general, like the trad wife or the traditional wife kind of thing. And, what we're also seeing from like that movement going on is a lot of women coming forward and saying how they were trad wives and how much they got screwed over from being trad wives.
Yep.
Like it's like there are like 100 videos of like women coming out and saying what their experiences were, and I think that needs to be talked about more because like when you're doing the role of a traditional wife, and mind you, like if that's their choice, that's their choice, but like you have to know the risks involved because you're losing work experience, you're losing financial independence, you're losing a lot of things, and then if things don't work out in the relationship, you're SOL.
Mm-hmm. A man is not a plan.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't even say it. But yeah, that's exactly it. You can't put your trust in it, you know what? Not that ain't for you, Kay. That's for other people in here. But you can't put your trust in it, you know what, silly, how you figure. But that's the thing though. Definitely the trad wife thing is very I mean for me it's uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. For me, it's uncomfortable too. I lived that life. Like, I got the T-shirt. Would never do that again. Like it was scary when the relationship ended, and I walked away with my clothes and nothing else. Like, I had no savings. I walked away with nothing. And this is the danger that a lot of trad wives like fall into. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have like a marriage, there's the possibility of alimony and that kind of support.
Yeah.
But there are some states where like they either the alimony is really low or they don't grant alimony at all.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah. And I also guys who were into like having a trad wife, they are looking at women as a commodity and not as a person, and understand that if they see you losing value, they will leave you for someone else.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like,
Absolutely.
and you could be doing everything right. You have dinner on the table, house is clean, kids are taken care of. Like, you could be doing every single thing right. The moment they lose interest, they will cut you off and they will do everything in their power to leave you with nothing.
Facts. 100%. Yeah. I had a woman up here. Her name is Jenny. She's one of the biggest. She speaks out a lot against being a trad wife. She was a trad wife for a long time, and yeah, her story is very compelling, very compelling and telling. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy. I learned a
Does she
lot.
have her TikTok?
Yeah. Her TikTok is, I think it's how you spell it is JENNIE, Jenny.
Okay, I'll look her up because like I definitely there is some form of catharsis from like hearing stories that are similar to yours. Like, okay, like I'm not alone in this. There's a very real catharsis. I wish that wasn't the fact because like nobody should be treated that way, but it's it does feel better to know that there's other people who understand what you've gone through. Um, but yeah, I love the live, and I've just been sitting in and listening. It's great.
Thanks, Kay. I appreciate you.
All right, you have a great day.
You too. Loaf. Hey man, I had to bring you up here. So what are you talking? Are you a conservative?
Yeah,
How old are you?
bro, I'm 22. Oh, shut up. I'm 23.
you're a 23-year-old black conservative.
Yeah,
How did
it's
you
nothing
how
wrong
did
with
you
it.
how did you end up there?
Look at your morals in life. Look at how you move.
What are your
I'm
morals?
I'm very family oriented. I fucked up the word.
Hey, hold on.
I'm
Be
very
careful. Wait. Hold on. Real quick. Don't say the N word and don't curse if you can. Please, let's leave extra TikTok for
bet.
I've been getting bananaed a lot, so I just want to be careful. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Ooh, the cat's still underneath the couch. Yeah, I'm very family oriented.
Oriented.
Uh, same. Uh, I'm all about the future. I'm all about our kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just trying to build wealth for us. I got to start with my personal family first, and then I could branch out to the rest of the people.
Okay. Okay. Can you name? Can you give me a policy that you support that from the Republican establishment that is that will help the family?
To be honest, no, I don't dig that deep into it, bro. The most you gonna hear me say is something about what's posted on YouTube or whatever. Coming from, you know what I'm saying, little things like Candace Owens, uh, Charleston White, little stuff like that. That's it.
And so I'm happy you came up here because that is exactly why these types of people are dangerous. And that's what I'm alluding to. That and you just great. So you're a 23-year-old conservative. I figured you got there by some um, social media influencer or whatever the case may be. You haven't done any research on your own, but because of your misogyny, it led you to be a right winger or a conservative. You know what I'm saying? It's like as a black man too, like it's crazy. Like you are a case study. Like, you are exactly what I'm talking about.
I get
Exactly.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but that's actually wrong.
How's that
Uh,
wrong? Lady Q, appreciate the cash app. Go ahead.
because watching them people, it only made me believe in what I believed in even more. Like when I was growing up, I noticed my bad ways. I wasn't
Be
the
specific.
same.
What bad ways?
Just how I treated people, how I went about life,
Be
and
specific.
then
Be specific.
be specific.
Yes.
So you know, how can I say this? The typical bad men that you speak about, right? Uh, Not so much on like hatred towards women, because I never had that type of thing in me. But just for the economy, man, just for people in general, I wasn't this good soul that I am now. But
Can you be specific though, and not be so vague? I really need to know what are you talking about? What morals are you
oh,
talking about? What values are
I
you
was
talking
out there lying. I
about?
was out there messing up people's property,
Okay.
stealing.
Okay.
It's just a
So
whole
you're a
bunch of
criminal.
negativity.
Yeah. So you were a criminal. And
Yeah,
how
at a
did you
very
come to the
young age, and then I
Mhm.
changed myself. I'm glad I figured it out. I changed
Me
myself.
too. How does being a Republican or being a conservative stop you from doing that?
I mean,
Donald
when
Trump got like 34 felony convictions. He's a criminal.
yeah, but I don't
But
know. I guess he's just running for the Republican Party. I can't say I follow everything he say, then I'd be clueless. But
I mean,
a lot
you
of
don't think
things
you
he
sound
say,
clueless
yeah,
now?
nah.
But you don't you just admitted that you don't really know. You just follow people that you heard on Instagram and TikTok. You don't think that makes you clueless?
While me saying, yeah, I do follow up with these people. Um, like I said, it's from word of mouth. It's from the actual source. So Candace Owens got her
Candace
own
Owens, how
personal.
is she? How is she the actual source? What is she the source of?
She has her own personal YouTube, so she'll put out her own personal videos where she speaks on topics she spoke on. Uh,
What does she say that appeals to you?
well, for one, she'll say our kids can't read. They're not at their reading level. They're failing in school. And yes, while that is true, we do have a small group of kids that are thriving in school. But for a majority of our kids, bro, they not up to par. They very below. They're behind, bro. And nobody
Were you one
really
of those kids, King
thinks
Lo?
about that. Hell no.
So you weren't below and you weren't behind, but you got into a life of crime. How so?
Like I said, it was early on,
I'm talking
but
about early on. Yeah. Do you know how they build prisons? You know, one of you ever heard about how they literally take like third grade reading tests and third grade reading test if I'm not mistaken. And based on the number of people that do how they do on that test, they start to build prisons because they know that eventually those people end up committing a life of crime. So why would I believe that you weren't a child that was left behind when you got into crime as a child? Like it all indications point to you were the child left behind.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not really here to make you believe anything. I'm just here to share my story.
But you're not
Um,
sharing your story though, because I'm asking you to be
yeah, I
specific
am.
and you're
You
not
you
being vague.
asking me questions, and I'm answering it. It
You're
might
not.
not be to your liking, but I'm answering it.
No, you're not
So,
answering the question though. If I say be specific and you're not being specific, then you're not
bro,
answering the question.
but the thing is I was specific. I was telling you like my ways that I went about life, and I'm trying to tell you, yo, I switched, but I switched at such an early age. It made me see the cesspool that we lived in. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a predominantly black environment, or at least it was. There's still a lot of us around, but it's mixed in, of course. And I see like we're gonna just say what it is. I see brothers and sisters, they going down bad, they going down a bad road.
What are you
And I'm
doing?
trying to change that.
And what are you doing? Not to help them, but what are you doing to help yourself?
Well, trying to read daily. I used to, I stopped, not gonna lie, I was playing around for a bit, but read daily,
So you read daily,
just
but
whoa,
none of
whoa,
the
whoa,
stuff
whoa.
you read are things that will actually help you understand like the political landscape. So you just listen to Candace Owens.
Nah.
What are you reading daily
I
if you're
also
not
read
reading?
up. I also read up on those things, but like I said,
What things?
me personally, I'd
King
rather
Loaf,
go to the
what
source.
things?
I'd
What
rather go to
things?
the source than just read it on a
She's
blog.
not the source. She's
A
not the
lot
source.
of
Hold on,
how is
wait,
she
King
not
Loaf.
the source for the message
What
she's
thing?
putting out?
She doesn't even hold a political office. She has a YouTube channel the same as me. I'm not a source. She's not a source. I'm asking you, why, what are you what are you gleaning from these encounters? What are you getting from her? Be
Bro,
specific. What is she saying for you that's so
that's like
appealing to
saying
you?
people would listen to other people about you instead of listening to you about you. You get what I'm saying?
This isn't about Candace Owens. Who cares about Candace Owens?
Bro, you just asked me why, like the source. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to the source. Anyways, I ain't come up here to talk about none of that. I'm
I brought you
honestly
up here to
here,
talk about that.
bro. I know, but I'm honestly here to check up on your mental. How you doing, bro?
I gotta go, fam. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks
Oh
for coming up. Man, man, oh man. He knows how to get himself kicked. He's smart enough to know how to get kicked. He's smart enough to know how to get kicked. That's for sure. Cause what are you talking about? Can y'all come on, bro. A 23-year-old black male conservative. I learned it from a YouTuber. That's how I became conservative. Makes sense. And that's what I be talking about. That's why I'm happy. I'm happy. That's exactly what I be talking about. How are you? I don't understand any black man being, I don't understand black people in general being conservative, but I definitely don't understand. And not to say I don't understand, like, I don't know why we are, like, historically, I know why we are. It was beating us. But I'm saying, I don't know how we are, but at the same time, I don't know how you could be, you know what I mean? Like, it just don't make sense. I'm like, how does that make sense? Like, when you have any semblance of a choice now, right? And you choose to align yourself with an established, like, what? I don't know, man. How are we attack dogs for conservatives? Exactly, Navi. That blows my mind every single time. It would never not blow my mind. I don't understand it like one bit. But you know what? I take that back. I don't understand it when you're doing it for free. When you're doing it for money, I get it. I'm like, they doing it for money. Not to say I excuse it, but at least I can wrap my brain. Like Jason Whitlock is being paid to go and say these things. You know what I'm saying? The other people, they're trying to get a place in the whatever the establishment, make their money. You know, the people do strange things for money. We know that. But why, King Loaf? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you, like, Candace Owens doing it for money? King Loaf, what are you doing? Candace Owens used to be a liberal. She was openly liberal. She pulled a Kevin Samuels. It was calculated. She went right to make money. That was it. Being a black woman, being a black female Democratic political pundit ain't gonna make you that much money. It ain't gonna make you that much money. Being all of those things and being a right winger, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Candace Owens would have never been known to us if she was just some regular rotating head on CNN, reporting in the field. We never would have knew who she was. She was smart. She was savvy enough. She went out of her way to deliberately make that change to make money. It pays until it doesn't. Yeah, that's crazy. Vote Republican at your local level, man. Please be for real, LJ. That's why I don't trust black people who are Republicans. I don't. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I wouldn't let you pick out the restaurant if we was gonna go eat somewhere. Like, I can't trust you to make any decisions. That's crazy. That's wild. That's wild, fam. I'm sorry. Can't do it, man. I can't trust him. Why don't I trust these people are like, these people to me look like they got on the hoodies and got the eyes cut out and stuff like that. That's what they look like to me. That's what they sound like to me. All of their rhetoric, all of their politics, all of that stuff. And you just walk right in and just go, I like it here. I think I'll stay. How can I trust you? I can't trust your level. I can't trust that you have any level of discernment at all whatsoever. Like, yeah, that's nuts, man. I don't got it in me. It's just wild. It's just wild. I can understand, though I am against both parties, I can understand how a black person can be fooled into voting for the Democratic establishment. I can. Yep, I can get it. Many reasons. And I do think that a lot of black people also don't trust the Democratic establishment, by the way, and they still vote for them because we have a two-party system. So even if they didn't quote unquote like them, like I don't like them, they still feel compelled to vote for them because we have a two-party system. Okay, I could even rationalize that. I'm not understanding. I don't know how you vote for. I don't know how you vote for a Republican. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to get caught up in that conversation, but I don't understand how you vote for a Republican. That's crazy. Calm Phoenix, I appreciate the super chat. Calm Phoenix said, just saw my wife swap. You just saw wife swap UK is even worse. Ladies, we need to unite with decent men ASAP. Any disaster EMP attack happens. Any disaster EMP attack happens. We cannot be among master wannabe males. Ever seen movie The Divide? Interesting. Interesting. She's talking about building a community with like-minded men, pretty much. She's saying find some men that's doing the work and rock with them, because we gonna need them. Find some men that's doing the work and rock with them, because we gonna need them. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. I ain't against that. I think that's decent. I think that's fairly decent. Yeah, definitely gotta. Somebody say gotta breed them out. It ain't but one public. That's crazy. Come on, man. It's some gentlemen out here that's rocking. Navi was just up here. It's a few. Jeff. It's a few guys. Fatal, Jay. Y'all know who I'm gonna shout out. I got a small community of men, and they be on their P's and Q's. They be on their toes. So you know what I'm saying? What up,
Hello.
Powers?
What's going on?
Chilling.
So I just wanted to bring another angle into the conversation because you made the statement about King Loaf choosing to believe this. I really don't think there's a lot of choice in this especially for the younger men because of social media, and there are entities, we'll call them, that are basically funneling massive amounts of ad money into the internet to make sure that these algorithms are strong and they're catching these people and keeping them in these pipelines and radicalizing them. I know at least there was a special about Andrew Tate that I watched a couple years ago where with his whole operation, it was basically like an ML, it was affiliate marketing basically. So once he got followers in, as long as they kept sharing his material and getting more followers in, they would get paid. So that was a big part of how he got so big and popular. And now it's just, attention farming. And I don't think most of these young men are strong-minded enough to fight against that. So you got that along with a message that's appealing to all their insecurities. So it's a pretty tough fight, to be honest.
That's facts. I want to see that. I've heard about that documentary about Andrew Tate. Yeah, he definitely runs a pyramid scheme, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Buy my book, I'll teach you all the ways to make money and get women involved. It's the same. It's crazy.
Yep, that's all I had to say.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Keep it up.
Thank you. Happy Juneteenth, by the way. Hey, that's crazy. Yeah, I appreciate y'all on the YouTubes. It's turning up on the YouTubes. Yeah, men want to claim that women are money hungry. Exactly. Men are definitely money hungry. I couldn't even be swayed to religion as a literal child. Get that? King Loaf, man. What's up, Shan?
Happy Juneteenth, my guy.
Happy Juneteenth. We up here. We black today.
We out here.
We out here. Hey man, y'all go outside today. Make sure y'all go outside and touch some grass on Juneteenth,
I'm
man.
always outside. I need to go inside for Juneteenth. That's what I need. I'm off today. I'm feeling blessed and highly favored.
That's highly favored. Hey, JP dropped Loaf with her drop, just so y'all know. Sorry, Loaf.
Damn.
She had a drop in the chamber and she used it. So there we go.
Damn.
Yep, just that quick.
He ain't even say nothing.
Well, he said something earlier. He was yapping, and she was like, "I don't want to hear it again." So here we go. She had one locked and loaded. It's all good. Why? Hey, good drop.
Right.
Good
I ain't
drop.
mad at you.
I ain't mad at it at
But
all. Good drop.
I just wanted to come up here real quick, and I don't know if somebody. Oh yeah, I'm off today. Sorry, I'm all in the comments already. I don't know if somebody already spoke about this, but I feel like even though this was already happening a while ago, like a long time ago, I feel like this is like how a lot of men are responding to this whole male loneliness epidemic. Like whether they are becoming the voice of this or they're, joining the bandwagon. I think a lot of them, because they are feeling like they want to convince everybody that they don't care, they're not feeling it, they're not lonely, they're good. But I think that it goes to show when y'all are willing to attach to whatever evil you need to attach to, even if it hurts you, just so you can see women be punished, because you feel like women should be punished for not dealing with you, for not putting up with you, and you're becoming more and more resentful of women. And I can tell y'all that just in my comment section, like, men are very resentful right now. You post any video or you look at the comments of any video of a woman, I don't care if she's skipping through a field of daisies, you're going to find some angry, resentful men in her comment section. And I feel like they're becoming resentful because gone are the days where they get to just have a woman just because they're a man, and they actually have to show up as a good person, and they have to do all these other things that their fathers and their grandfathers didn't have to do to get a woman and to get a wife, and they feel like it's unfair. And so their solution isn't grow and become a better man and evolve. Their solution is, how can I bring the times back to my dads and granddads so I can have the same benefits as he did without having to do anything.
Yep. All he got to do is have a job. That was all he had to do. You got a job, you got a job, you got a wife. That was simple as that. Anthony, what's good?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. What's happening? Happy
Yeah,
Juneteenth. Oh, you ain't even American. You don't. Whatever, man. You black. Fuck it. Happy Juneteenth.
I've been to the US many times, many times.
This for American black people though, man. But hey, but since it's but when one group of black people get free, it's a step in the right direction. So we gonna say Happy Juneteenth to all black people. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I was just interested. Why would you class all these guys as the cult?
The cult of man?
Yeah.
Because they all inevitably lead to a place where they all inevitably lead to the subjugation of women in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but it's not just women though, it's men as well.
What do you mean? That the patriarchy hurts men as well?
Well, if the patriarchy didn't exist, then women wouldn't be able to do what they can do today.
You mean they wouldn't have to do what they do today?
No, they wouldn't be able to.
Give me an example.
In other words, look what we've built. Look what men and women have built together. Yeah, there's certain things that women have done, which is great. And there's certain things that men have done, which is great for society to run. Like, for instance, women reproduce for the next generation. So when our generation, so when we pass, our children take over and keep the infrastructure running. So one of those things, like these guys, for instance, I've met Andrew Tate, and the things that people think about him is complete negative because it's just social media. When you meet him in person, he's a decent guy. He's not a guy who says this, that.
So is he?
No.
So is he masking when he's online, or is he masking when he's in person? Which one is it? Because he can't be both.
He's masculine at the same time.
I didn't say masculine. Listen to what I'm saying. Is he playing a role online, or is he playing a role in real life? Which one?
He's playing a role in real life.
So who he really is who he is online then.
Yes.
Then what are we talking about? Who cares about how he acts in
Well,
person? That means he's being phony.
but I mean, there's a lot of women who be phony as well.
What does that have to? What is it? What is Andrew
Well,
Tate?
but
What does
yeah.
Andrew Tate being fake and phony have to do with women? Why do y'all always try to blame women somehow? Why are you bringing up women in this?
I'm not
Like, what are we
blaming
talking about? This
women.
has nothing. Look, sir. This when I say this has nothing to do with women, I'm not talking. This has everything to do with women's rights. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But this has nothing to do with women's actions. Zero. Has zero to do with women's actions. So what are we talking about here?
Fair enough. So you'd say these guys push a movement which is negative to society, would you say?
Yes, absolutely.
But isn't it all forces that pushes negativity to society?
Say it again.
So isn't there always going to be some form of negativity pushed to society?
I don't know. It doesn't have to be.
But that's what happens in real life.
Sometimes. Doesn't have to be.
We have to learn about negative things so we know how to use our brain to fix it so it becomes positive.
You do know, Anthony, that there's a such thing called natural consequences, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Asia put $2 towards crowdfunding for the drop, just FYI. So we got 2 in the bank. Y'all need 48 more. But so what I'm saying is that crowdfunding, the women trying to highlight what is wrong in the world and saying that it's always going to be that way is counterproductive. It doesn't make any sense, right? So why are we talking about that? You should never be making the case for the world has always been messed up, so why try to fix it? $5. We got 7 in the bank. We should never be making the case for the world is messed up. So why try to fix it? You see what I'm saying? That's a weird case to make.
Oh no, I didn't say that. I said there's always going to be negativity. So as an individual person, not talking about the world, I'm talking about as an individual person as yourself, right? Because you've got skills, you've seen negative things, and you've known how to, because you're a grown man, I'm a grown man, I've done negative stuff, but I've learned. Yeah, you know what? That's great that people are putting money in your bank, that's brilliant.
26.
Brilliant.
I gotta call it out. Go ahead. 26. 36. Damn. Go ahead.
But we learn wrong from right.
Okay.
If it makes sense to you.
It doesn't. 46. Because what I'm saying is that there's natural consequences. We don't need a world full of unnatural consequences. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Yeah, very true. I can agree with you definitely on that one. Definitely. There's things that have been made which are ridiculous, which are a joke, which has no use to society, where there's natural things that are very good, which have been put there for society, for the world, in fact, just for the.
We made it.
Damn.
We made it.
Mid-sentence.
Mid-sentence. Y'all made it. Uh-oh, hold on. We got somebody. Is that a racial slur in here?
Uh-oh.
What's this? Am I tripping? Is this Moss World? I don't know. Is that a racial slur?
Mods, where you at? Not including me.
Hold on. I'm just trying to figure, what is that? What is I don't even want to say it because I don't know what it is. It feels weird. I don't know. Maybe they're black. I don't know. Who knows?
But to speak to, well, I was barely listening. I kind of caught the tail end. But because I wanted to address somebody else in the comments who said that I was the first person to say that they were off today for Juneteenth, and that I was
Appreciate
lucky.
you. Mhm.
So that wasn't by luck. We at my organization, we never had Juneteenth off. So we also didn't have a DEI committee.
Mm.
So what I did was started the DEI committee and pitched for Juneteenth to be recognized as an organizational wide holiday, just like July 4th is recognized as an organizational wide holiday, and for
Mhm.
that to be written into our policy handbook. And so it was approved, and this is the first year that we've ever
That's
had
awesome.
Juneteenth off at my
Hey, hold
organization.
on. Look at that.
So
Look at
yeah,
black people doing black people things in the work. Hold on. Say it again. I like that. That gets me excited right there when black people do that type of stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
we never
sir.
had it off. It was not a holiday. It was one of the, how they'll give you like some extra days for any
Mm-hmm.
optional holidays that you want to take.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. And in an effort to be more inclusive, we should
Mm-hmm.
not make people use Juneteenth as an optional holiday when July 4th is not an optional holiday.
July
It's a
4th ain't
holiday that we
optional.
recognize organizational
Mm-hmm.
wide, everybody's off. So why would
Mm-hmm.
Juneteenth, why do you have to use one of your optional days, holiday days? That's not inclusive, that's not equitable. And they couldn't really argue with that. And so now it's in our policy handbook from henceforth,
Mm-hmm.
we are off on Juneteenth.
July 4th is when some Americans got their freedom. Some Americans got their freedom on July 4th.
Yeah,
But when
exactly.
all Juneteenth is when all Americans got their freedom, right? That's how I look at it. If you want to say that, which we know I'm using the word freedom loosely, but
Yeah, so to his point,
mm,
you can change systems. Now, that's just one organization, that's just one job. I'm not saying it's going to go like that every time. I'm not saying, but all it takes is for somebody to not think like that and say, I don't like this and I want to change it, and then try to change it, and guess what? Now it's changed.
mm-hmm, talking about it ain't gonna change. Y'all be saying, why y'all be so defeatist? I can't. So I'll be, y'all be thinking can't nothing get better. We not. It's always messed up. So what are we doing about? Then do something about it. Like, damn, it don't got it. Yes, the world is terrible. Yes. I hear you. It's messed up. I agree. I 100% agree. Now, can we do something about it, or you just want to go to Starbucks? Like, what do you, let's do something. All I'm saying, we can do work, man. Come on, man. We can do work. We can put in some work. We can do some things, right? And we can start with ourselves. Before we start doing DEI committees and all of that, we can start on ourselves, right? Shan did the work on herself, so now she was freed up to help other people. A lot of us need to work on ourselves first, right? Like when the ship now when the airplane is crashing and they tell you got to put your oxygen mask on first. We need to put our oxygen mask on first, do the work for us first, so we can go out and help everybody else. That's all I'm saying. Stop, we don't got to be so defeated all the time. Everything ain't always like it's just good, it's messed up. The world messed up. It ain't nothing we can do. We losing. It's over. It's over. It's over. The ship be sinking. Nah, we can do something. We can do a lot of stuff. Shoot, at the very least, y'all remember on the Titanic when the band started playing? It's like, hey, if we sinking, at least let's make it, let's try to lighten it a little bit. Let's lighten the mood a little bit. And by doing that, we can lighten the mood by us as individuals starting to treat other individuals like human beings, right? We could humanize each other. We don't need to wait for the system to do it for us. We can do it. We can do it for ourselves, right? And then maybe, hopefully, the system will recognize it and we can change the system. And then now everybody's human, now everybody's being treated as a human. But we can start with humanizing ourselves and then start with treating other people like humans and then so on and so forth. But we got to start somewhere, man. It's kind of frustrating. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It is kind of frustrating. But it just seems like it's a lot of people, mainly men. I gotta say it. Seems like it's a lot of people, mainly men, that we doing everything we can to just keep shit exactly the same. We saying anything we can to keep stuff exactly the same. Yeah, the world's been messed up. So what can we do about it? A lot. The answer is a lot. We can do, I ain't saying we can change. I'm not saying I can change. I can't. I can't personally. I can't. But we can do a lot though. Go ahead, G.
Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Yep.
So what are you trying to push on your channel? Like, what are you pushing? What's the
Why did you
meaning of
guys
your
come up
channel?
here? And I don't really feel like having that conversation. This is already starting off terrible. I got a whole prompt up here. We've been talking. You've been in the queue for an hour, so I know you've been hearing me, and you want to talk about
Yes,
my channel.
yes, because a lot of your channel, there's a lot of men do this to women, or men is fault is for this, or men's fault for that. So that's why I'm asking you, like,
So you
what's the
know what my
purpose of
channel
your
is,
channel?
then. It seems like you
No,
know what it is. So why are
I
you asking
I
me?
may misinterpret it. That's why I'm asking you. It's your channel. I may misinterpret it. So
What
that's
do
why I'm
you
asking
think
you.
it is? What do you think it is?
I'm not here for what I think. I'm trying to get the facts from the person that
No,
channel is from. So
you're
I'm
missing.
asking you, what is
Hold
the
on,
channel?
G.
What is the purpose of
Hold
the
on, wait,
channel?
G. Listen to what I'm saying. I go live 15, 20 hours a week. I got hundreds and hundreds of videos. I got thousands of hours of watch time. Like, and you can go consume all of that stuff, right? No diddy. And then you can come to your own conclusion about what my message is, right? So, and it seems like you haven't done all of the research, but you've done some of it. So I'm asking you, what do you think my message is? Because I'm very clear in my rhetoric and in my videos and whatnot, in my content, what my message is. It literally says it in my bio.
It, it makes. I'm asking you what's your messages, and then you're saying, "Oh, it's clear on my message." It's like, so if anybody come onto your channel, so regardless, they could think anything on what you say, and regardless of what they say, you're like, "Oh, that's my point," but they could completely misinterpret everything you're saying. So if I'm saying,
Yes.
"Yo, what's your channel?" and
Mhm.
what does it mean for, and you're telling me, "Yo, just think whatever you may think it may be, just think about it," like that's not clear. Like, I'm
But that
asking
is
you for the
clear.
facts, and I'm asking you what's your standpoint on something, so that I don't misinterpret
Can
most
I,
of these things,
can I ask you?
because
Can I
I'm
ask you a
saying it
question?
it seems like
Okay.
this.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Have you watched some of my content?
Yes, I watch some of your content.
Okay. So, and in my content, and in my bio, and in my
Mm-hmm.
life,
Mm-hmm.
I am very straightforward about what my message is. So I
Oh.
don't think that me telling you what my message is going to help you understand what it is any better. You see what I'm saying? So I need to know from you, what do you think my message is?
Okay. I'll tell you what I think your message is. I think your message is basically trying to point the finger at men, just like how you always tell men not to point the finger at women. That's exactly what your channel is doing. You're pointing the finger at men and saying, "Yo, men is doing this, and all the men is doing that to these women," and you're basically not like. I'm gonna give you a question. This is another question. What accountability, or what was something you think that women should improve on?
I
Something.
don't. I don't. What do you think? I don't think women should improve on anything. What do you think women should improve on?
Exactly, and that's the problem with this
No, no,
world.
no, no, no,
That,
no.
that's that's
I
that's the
don't.
problem.
No, hold on, G.
I'm
Stop.
gonna give. I'm gonna answer your
Yeah.
question in a
Answer
minute.
the
I'm gonna
question.
answer
Go
your
ahead.
question.
Yep.
That's the problem. You
Watch.
you
Watch.
think
Hold
that
on.
more.
I'm going to in real time. I'm going to show you why I don't say stuff like that. Go ahead. Now you tell us what you think it is. What do you give me one? All I want is one thing you think, and I'm going to be very specific when I say this to you, so you can understand why I say it. So, do you
One
think
thing.
that men and do you think that women are oppressed?
Oppressed now and then? No,
You don't think women are oppressed in 2024?
no. What
Okay.
are they oppressed with?
By how? Right? Not with, but okay. So you don't like them men making more money than women per capita.
Talking
Women
about
having
the
hold
wage
on,
gap.
hold on, G. A conversation goes like this: I talk, you
Okay.
listen, you talk, I listen, right? So it so there are a myriad of ways that women are oppressed. But like I said, so financially, economically, they're oppressed. Socially, they're oppressed. Physically, they're oppressed through their like. There's a women are oppressed just like black people are oppressed,
Oh,
right?
let's
Like,
start with one.
huh?
Let's start with one. Let's start with the
I
wage
just
gap.
named it. I just
All right.
named it.
Let's start with the wage gap. So you're
Okay.
saying the wage gap, that women are oppressed on a wage gap because they make less than men. But
Mhm.
but the thing is that people don't look into the facts on why they make less than men. It's not because that
I
they're women,
bet
they just
you
make
haven't
less
looked
than
into the
men.
facts. I bet $1,000 right now you don't know
I
what the
have
facts.
looked into the facts.
Okay.
It's
What are the
because of
facts?
time off. It's because of pregnant. When women get pregnant, when they give birth, women
Mhm.
take more time off than men. And
Mhm.
it's also because that also falls into hours worked when they take time off,
Mhm.
right?
So
And
what
it's
if I? So
also
what if? Wait. So what if I told you that that's not the case, and they already in the studies they control for all of that, even with all of that being because they took all of that into account. what they said was that when it is a 1-to-1, when a woman works the same job and she works the same hours or whatever the case may be, she makes 87 cents on the dollar to men. That is what the
And
study. That is
I
what. Hold
wasn't
on,
even finished.
G. That is what the study concluded. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It wasn't all of those things. All of those things didn't they already took into account. They control for those things in the study. That's what I'm saying. So you
And then
can't say that that's not, you didn't look into it enough. I'm not
yes, I
saying you didn't
did.
look into it at all, but you didn't look into it enough. So the wage gap is a real thing, right? Let me ask you a question, G. Is the wage gap real between black people and white people?
Is the wage gap real between black people and white people?
Mm-hmm.
I,
Do white
I
people
wouldn't say
get paid
no.
more money? Do white people get paid more money to do the same job as black people do?
That's hard. That's hard to decide. I wouldn't think so. No, I wouldn't think that white people would get paid more than. And it depend. Like it depends. But I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't say no.
Okay,
To
so
work in the same job, I would say no.
black people aren't oppressed.
Black people aren't oppressed.
Hmm?
No.
So black people aren't oppressed and women aren't oppressed. Okay, so if that is the case, then at what point so explain to me for just for
Hold
one
on. We're
example.
switching. We're switching. Can we stick with the wage gap first? Because we're like
No,
switching goalposts here.
we already discussed the wage gap. You don't know what you're.
No, but
I'm not about to go back and
you
forth with
name.
you. You don't know what you're talking about.
I do. I didn't even get to finish what I was talking about. You didn't even let me
Okay,
finish what
go
I was
ahead,
talking
finish it.
about.
Keep going.
You're saying that it was like, oh, when they match up the times worked and stuff like that. But it's also because women also don't argue for more money. They also don't. They also not arguing for more money. That's
Why do
also
they
that
need to?
also too.
Why would a woman need to argue for more money if a woman is if
They
sorry
don't ask for more money. So if they
first
getting paid, first of all, it's illegal to pay women more to pay men more than women based on gender. It's illegal
yeah,
to do that. So and then let's put some common sense in here. If I can pay women less than men, right, and they still do the same amount of jobs or the same productivity as
why
men,
wouldn't you just hire
why
all
wouldn't I
women?
just
That's the same
exactly
thing.
that
But you
it
guys
makes
asked that
sense
same
though.
dumb question, and if you
It's
thought
not
about it,
dumb though.
hold on,
It's
G.
a common sense
Hold on.
question. If they
Hold on,
have the
G.
same
Hold on, G.
productivity,
Hold
why
on,
would
G.
they? Like that don't make sense.
If you thought about it for 2 seconds, the reason why that logic is completely flawed is for several reasons. A, one of them is to uphold the system of patriarchy. You need to reward men. You cannot give all the jobs to women or the men revolt. And then you lose your power on everybody. So of course you have to keep men gainfully employed. You have to.
And
There's no way around it. So if
they
you don't, so if the powers that be, if the oligarchs want to keep their power, they have to appeal to the people who have the power and authority to oppress everybody else in their community, which are men, right? So with that being said, they don't give all the jobs to women because they can just pay women less money. That doesn't make sense. The same way they wouldn't give all the jobs to immigrants, even though you could pay an immigrant less money, right? In theory, because whatever, you could pay an immigrant less money or whatever to them. That's how they do it. That's their system. So, but they're not going to hire a bunch of asylum seekers because they know if they do that, we will revolt. And by we, I mean the Americans. We will what? You give them all of our that's how you know that lie about they're giving all of our jobs away is a lie, because if they really were giving all of our jobs away, I think people would be revolting more. And people are revolting, don't get me wrong. We are a part of it. They are, however, outsourcing our jobs to other countries. That is what they're doing. So like when you call IT, you call for support, and they send you to Bangladesh, or they send you to, you know what I'm saying, or they send you to the Philippines. That's what they're doing. That's an example of that. They're not, but in America, they're not doing that. In America, if they did that, we would revolt. So that's why they don't do that, sir.
no, you're saying they do that. Yes, that may be one reason so they don't revolt, but they also don't do that because, no offense to women, but men do produce more productivity in the workforce, and in the stats show. Like when it comes to infrastructure, I will say I'm not even gonna say all jobs that men will produce better than women, because there are jobs that women will produce better than men. But
Yeah,
I'm
so
saying
just
in
so why not
infrastructure wise,
just wait. So
infrastructure wise,
So why not just stop right there? If you can acknowledge that there are some things that where women are significantly better than men, and there's some things that men are significantly better than women, then why try to cherry pick? Because that's what you're about to do.
no, I'm not
Yes.
even finished though. I'm just because they
You
could
don't
do
have
that
to
better,
finish your
but
whole
just because they do that better does not.
G. Your whole premise, your initial take. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to finish. You're already going to cherry pick because you already said it. You said it at the beginning. You said women, there are jobs that women are better at than men. Cool. And then you said that, but I'm just paraphrasing. Now, let me cherry pick some jobs that men are better than women. That's what I'm saying. And you try to throw in a big buzzword like infrastructure. You don't know what infrastructure entails? Infrastructure also entails clerical work. Because if the paperwork don't get filed, then nobody knows what's getting done. And who does that? Women. So you can't do that. You can't say, well, men are better. We talking about chopping cinder blocks? They use tools for that. Men don't
Chopping
do
cinder
that.
blocks.
The tools do that. You
The
talking about
tools do
laying
that.
down concrete? Men don't do that. The tools do that. Men
Yes.
assist. But yeah, exactly, Jeff. Who's keeping up with the books?
The
The
tools do
women.
that. So you lay the tools down, and then the tools do it themselves, right? No, you have to
No.
have
I just
skills to
said,
use that tool.
sir,
So
the men's jobs are made. Men have made we have made as many jobs as we can exponentially easier than they've ever been. Like I said, yes, you want to talk about men being riveters 1,000 years ago, or I'm sorry, not sorry, 100 years ago. That was different. They didn't have the tools for it. They used to bang and bang and bang. You want to talk about laying down tracks on the railroad track?
but they still
Men
got
was
it
doing
done.
that by hand, and brother, men was doing that by hand. You want to? That's what
So it
I'm
takes
saying.
so what you're proving is that it takes more skill than just the tools. That's what you're proving.
No, you're
So
no.
before the tools, like you said, before the tools came in, they was doing that before the tools came in. So what you're saying, it takes more skills than tools than come in.
No, that wasn't what I was saying. Anyways, we up to 35. Just FYI, we got 15 more. I checked the cash out. We got 15 more. But yeah, brother,
But
that's not how it works. So,
yeah,
anyways,
what?
I want to
You
get
can't just say that's not how it works
I
just
want
because
to
you
get
say
to the
it.
point. Hold on, G. I want to get to the point because
Go ahead.
obviously this doesn't make any sense. We're running in circles now. I want to get to what is your actual point of contention with my platform? Because you
Yeah,
said it seems like I'm pointing the finger at men. Yes, I am
no.
pointing the finger at men.
My point of contention with your platform is that you're what you're doing is that you're hurting the community more than you're helping it. I will believe it's because what you're doing is that you're teaching women that, like, what you're bashing into, because most of your fan base is women. So what you're bashing into their head is like, yo, men do this wrong, men do that wrong, men do that wrong. You should expect better from men. You should expect better from men to do this and that. And what you're doing is just making it in their mind negativity, everything that a man does. So everything that a man,
So
now
you
when they
don't
get a
think that
man,
women?
let me
You don't
finish. Hold
think these
on.
women already thought that? G, you think
Can
I'm
I finish?
teaching them that?
Can I finish that? No, but I'm saying what you're doing is not, you're not holding them accountable on their end on what
Okay,
they
now
do,
let's
what they
get back
may
to
be
the
doing
point.
wrong.
So
Hold on,
what
let me
did you
finish.
want to
Let me
hold
finish.
women accountable for, G?
Let me finish.
You
You
never
asked
answered
me.
that. No. Let's go back to that because you haven't answered that question yet.
I'm
What did
trying
you
to,
want to hold women accountable for?
brother. I'm trying to talk to you, right? You said the conversation works both ways. You talk, I'll listen. I talk, you listen. So may I
Five
talk?
more. Can you tell us what do you want women to be held accountable for, real quick?
What I would like women to hold accountable for is their actions, what they do. So depending on from the person they choose to the person they sleep with to choose to the person they marry. Same thing with men. I'm not saying that men should be excused from that, but I'm saying women should be held accountable for their actions and their choices. Every human being should be held accountable for their choices. You
So
cannot
can
say
I ask
men.
you a
You
question?
cannot say
How
women.
aren't women?
Hold on, let me
Hold
finish.
on, G.
Let
Can
me
I
let
ask
me
you
finish.
how? We don't got that much time, brother. How aren't women held accountable for their actions already?
Because when you sit there and talk about men in relationships, you be like, oh, the women gotta sit here and work, cook, clean, and he's not doing nothing. He's just sitting on the couch and doing nothing. Like you're taking a very specific scenario and applying it to most of the population that's happening. You're making it seem like women are just doing everything right in relationships and men are just doing everything wrong. It's like
You're not
nothing that
answering.
men would
You
do.
haven't answered the question, G. How don't women? We got $3 more to go. How aren't women held responsible? what aren't women responsible for? Like, what do you mean? You mean when they
Their
take care of the
choices.
kids?
Their
Oh man,
choices and the consequences.
they got him up out of here. So women aren't held responsible when they take care of their children, when they raise the kids that the fathers abandon or the fathers neglect, even when the father is around. That's not responsibility. They didn't take responsibility for who they slept with, right? And it's funny because we all knew what he was going to say. Did we not all know exactly what G was going to say? Did he not have the same talking points that I've cooked these dudes on 1,000 times? It's the same thing over and over and over again. And he's mad because of what? Because he asked me, what do I want to hold women responsible for? I said nothing. He said, see, that's the problem. I said, okay, what do you want to hold women responsible for? He didn't answer the question for 5 minutes. Then we finally got back to it. And what did he say? The thing that I already knew he was going to say, for their choices and their actions, as if there aren't natural consequences to their choices and their actions. The things that women do, they pay for them naturally. When they sleep with a man and a man impregnates her and then he abandons her, she takes care of the children. That's a natural consequence. What do you mean? What are you talking about? How aren't women taking responsibility when they have the kids 85% of the time listen to what I'm telling men. Hear my voice and hear me clearly. 85% of custodial parents are women. That is when the man and the woman aren't together. 85%. Now, even in the relationship, 85% of women are responsible for the children. Even when the man is there, the women are responsible for the children 85% of the time. It don't matter. It don't matter how you slice it. Man there, man not there. Don't matter. Man there, man not there. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Seems like what is the and what else do you have? How is that oppressing men? How is that oppressive? What are women doing? This is the question that I'm asking you guys. When we ask, what do you want to hold women responsible for? What we're asking is, in what ways do women oppress men? Because I can name 1,000 ways that men oppress women. So if you come up here and say, we got to hold women responsible, for what? For what? How what are women doing? I'm not following. I'm not tracking. Hey G, they dropped you, fam. You got to pay 100 to come up. They pay 50 to drop. You got to pay 100 to come up. What up, yellow chick?
Hey, what's up, Pub? Hey, what's up, everybody?
Happy
So, Pub, I
Juneteenth.
just wanted to let you know we were doing some data research on TikTok, me and Tara, over the last couple of days, and we came to realize that the vast majority of these red pill people, they speak very slowly. They speak very, very slowly. So now you can kind of pay attention to most of them. There's a couple exceptions. So now we determined that before they even get to their point, we can realize that they're misogynist without even letting them get to their point. Like about 7 or 8 words in, we're like, oh yeah, we know where this is going because he's speaking so slow that he's trying to figure
Yeah.
out the manipulation inside the sentence. So we, you
Hold on,
know,
hold on, Terry. Yellow, I said Terry because you said Terry. Yellow chick, hold on 1 second. Let me answer this question real quick or answer this response. G said you're profiting off of women, brother. G, I profited off of you. That's what you missed. You missed that you were the product. They paid to drop you. What are you talking about? I profited off of you.
I
What do
had
you
5
mean?
on it.
If people put in on it, fam, if you broke, just say that. You could pay 100 and come back up. Why you mad at me? Why are you acting weird to me? What did I do? Go ahead, yellow chick.
Yeah, and I also want you to know that your prompt got me traumatized because I'm actually watching The Handmaid's Tale right now and freaking out every single day that I watch an
Where you
episode.
at?
So I just
Where
want
you at in it?
season 2, episode
Oh,
4.
oh my God.
I'm having trauma. It's
It's a
awful.
doozy. It's a
Yeah.
doozy.
Yeah, and every day I look on this app and I'm like, yo, we're heading there. Hey Tara. Tara, I just said you. We were talking about our polls and our research that we've been doing. But yeah, I just wanted to pop up, say hi. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. Yeah, and that's that. I ain't got much to say.
Thanks, yellow chick. Appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man. No problem. Hey, man, don't hate the player, hate the game. This man mad because the girl he's paid to drop. We don't even know if it was all women. Some fellas be dropping y'all too. Shout out to Tez. The men's be dropping y'all too. The men's be dropping y'all too. Men don't want to hear y'all shit either. Where my guy at? There you go. I think Hazel paid to drop somebody too before. Y'all be tripping. Y'all be in here mad, bro. Like, just stop, fam. Just stop. Damn. They don't like you. I'll be in here, man. What up, Mel? They don't like y'all, man. What up, Jeff?
It's so funny
Hey,
that he was saying that you're telling this message to women and you're perpetuating this negative message to women about all the stuff that men do, as if it wasn't women who taught you about sexism and misogyny.
Like, that's what I'm saying. I was like, you don't think I was like, wait, so
It's women who taught you public.
the women taught me. I learned it from the girlies. What you mad at me because I learned it from them, and now you telling me that I'm just telling them the thing they telling me? What are you talking about? That don't make sense. I'm telling them, I'm not teaching them nothing. They already know.
That's
Gentlemen.
like a white person holding anti-racism live to white people and a white person telling them
You're out here
they
telling
teaching black people about racism.
Is he?
I can't take it.
Am I really teaching women about misogyny, or do women already know about misogyny?
Or do we already experience it, and this is why like women have held you accountable to your actions, and now you're like, okay, great, now that I have this particular knowledge, now I can hold other men accountable the way that
Help
women
other men hold themselves accountable. That's the thing. I'm like, hold yourself accountable, brother. Ain't no hate, ain't no love lost, fam. Jeepers creepers.
Oh my god.
Like,
But yeah, I just came up there to say that, and I thought that was hilarious. And also, I love the way they talk about all these studies, and they can't name a study. When he was talking about men being more productive at work, there are no studies that can legitimately say what the studies are inconclusive about productivity
at best.
and in the workforce. Like some say women are, some say men are. It really depends on what the job is, who the woman is.
Man, women are so much more productive in life.
They are.
Women are more productive in life. So you mean to tell me that the people that are more productive than men in life, all of a sudden when they go on the job, they cease to be more productive than men? Stop.
But I do want to say, like, I'll be asking Google AI these questions that these men be asking you or be trying to tell you, and Google AI be like, no.
Google AI be shutting it down.
Said that women tend to take on more tasks than men at work. They tend to take more hours than men at work to complete things at work before men do. Like there are different trends that like women at the workplace do that like men don't do. So that's what the Google AI was saying.
Ain't that something? And
you
know what they
Google
say?
AI was saying that women-owned businesses, sometimes their productivity metrics don't compare to those of men because women-owned businesses tend to be more empathetic to their employees, and so they highly they put work-life balance up above anything else, so they don't overwork their employees. So they have more productivity in that sense because their employees are not overworked, but sometimes that doesn't translate to the ways in which like the economy will measure productivity metrics. So that there's that as well. But
I just want to also highlight how men
businesses in the Fortune 500. Just FYI.
Hey Mel, hold on. I know you if you've seen it. Isn't it that in a study it was saying how men they work longer, but it's because they take longer to do their job, so they end up working more hours.
I don't doubt that is a finding of some of these studies, but I'll look it up. I don't doubt it. Like, come on, son. Like, let's be fucking for
Come
real.
on, man. I
I think
work with nothing
that's
but
a good
men.
argument for having less for having a shorter work week and a shorter work day. Like, usually people can get the job that they whatever it is their work done in a couple of hours.
Men messing up the 4-day work week. I'm blaming men for us not having a 4-day work week. It's like we need. I'm blaming men because we got to work 8 hours a day and 5 days a week. I blame men for that. Actually, more I'm thinking about that, I'm upset. I'm upset at men for that. That's crazy.
And then the very last thing about productivity in women's businesses, a lot of productivity in women's businesses isn't as high as men because they don't tend to get the same amount of funding as men. So obviously the more money that you get, then the more resources that you can get, the more people you can hire, the more productive that your company can be. But because women don't tend to get funded as much as men do, then that also affects the productivity of their businesses. Just FYI.
100%.
So at the end of the day, gender equality and parity in pay and parity in women's businesses is what's going to solve all of these things. So I don't know why they be complaining. And nobody be on here talking about women are fucking perfect. Nobody fucking says that. Who the fuck says that? No one has ever said that.
Wait. Watch the F-bombs. I'm running a clean channel now, Mel. This ain't old
Sorry,
school.
nobody has ever said that. I don't understand why they be like, you act like, mind you, all you're saying is that women take on all this work and men should be able to take on this work in the household. And all they hear is women are perfect. Nobody said that.
That's what somebody said to
Nobody
me.
said that.
Somebody said that to me on one of my posts that they were like, you have a thing where you think all women are perfect. I was like, I don't think all women are perfect. What I do think is men, I was talking about violence. I said, I don't think all women are perfect. I do, however, know that men are responsible for the vast majority of violence, which is two completely different things. I don't know what the
Exactly. Like, what are y'all talking about? Just the facts is the facts. Like, you can't, numbers do not lie. They just don't lie. On top of that, the only thing I will ever hold women accountable for is them upholding patriarchy. That's the only thing. That's
Same
the
thing
only
with
thing I'm gonna hold
black
women
people and
accountable
racism.
for.
Same thing with black people and racism. That's all you're gonna get out of me is stop being Jason Whitlock. But
Stop being that. Stop being, stop being internally racist, internally sexist, internally all the things. Stop doing that.
That's it. You ain't about to hear me up here talking about I blame black people just as guilty for racism as white. No, we not. We just come on.
Bro,
Stop.
I saw a post today on every ninja deserves, and it said every ninja deserves reparation. Of course, you had the one coon coming up on that and talking about, oh, we don't deserve reparations. Nobody who's living today was enslaved, and they don't owe us this. We need to take accountability and just do our work. I got it. Shut up. Shut up. Y'all obviously don't know why reparations are deserved. And what trickle like legacy economics happens because of shit like this. Like, get out of here. Shut the fuck up. I can't stand them. But anyway, I just came up here to say that. If you ever need like the research,
I know you got it.
AI, and then I always I use Google AI. You guys should use it. It's actually really great. And then I will ask Google AI for the studies, and then I'll find the peer review studies through Google AI much faster, obviously, than me just searching myself, even though I'm pretty good at that.
So, smart. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming up, Mel. All right. Jeff, what's good with it, man?
Hey, ain't too much to it. Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool, man. I was just going to touch on subject about old G talking about, he was trying to conflate work and all that type of stuff. And it sounded like what he was trying to do was put men into the brunt category of a tool. Men are a tool to work inside of a job site. So that being the case, we're stronger than a woman. So therefore, we should have more workspace than a woman, as in we shouldn't use our brains to think logically. So he's downgrading men into a box of physical. We're railroad workers. We're we're just building stuff, and men build stuff.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, like what good are you painting men in that picture if that's all you are saying, that we're that we're the superior thing because of we've got muscles, or we're okay doing back-breaking work for 10, 12, 14 hours a day? At what point can we dismiss, we don't want to work like that anymore? Men don't want that work. That's why we made tools. That's why we have piece of equipment. That's why we don't dig holes with shovels. We got bulldozers now. That's why we do those things.
That's what I was saying, Jeff. You thought
Yeah,
he acted like I was lying. I was like, man, we just made our jobs way easier, bro. Like, what are you talking?
right. And as we've made our jobs easier, collectively as a society, capitalism hasn't kept up with the wage gap, so we have continued to push rhetoric of the working man person still gets paid lower wages, as if we still take 100 hours to do a 20-hour job.
Mm-hmm.
We have all this equipment, we're working much faster, much better, but only the top profits because we work faster, because we work better, because we build things faster, because we get stuff done, because we have computers in the office now. We're still getting paid the same money from 40, 50 years ago.
Yes.
It makes no sense. So why are we pushing the rhetoric that men should be doing? You know, like his train of thought is all sorts of fouled up.
It was messed up, man. From the beginning, and I was just trying to help him. He didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Hey, G, if you still in here, man, bang the DM, and we can set up I'll set up a day. I'll bring you back on, and I'll take down the drop, and you can talk, man. I'll let your voice be heard, brother. We can set it up, man. Because y'all be having a lot to say. I know y'all be mad at me, man, for exposing you. I know it be hurting. I know y'all be tender.
Yeah, and to go off of that point a little bit more, I had a guy in my live last night talking about that. Like, I know you're upset. It's a fouled up system that we got going on. I don't like the system. You don't have to like the system either. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to demonize another group of people just because we don't agree with the way the system's working. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody has disparity going on. We have to work together to get through this. We can't say, well, y'all got to do better. No, we have to do. So whatever group you fit in, do your little part, you know. So don't blame it all on someone else over there, you know.
Yep. No, they don't want to. They want to do blame. They want to deflect. Unfortunately.
Right. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. I'm gonna finish this little workout of mine. But I just wanted to get up and say that, speak my little piece.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Jeff over here talking about he working out. Now I gotta go work out because I ain't. Okay. I gotta take my shirt off in a month. I'm nervous.
Goodbye.
Gotta take. I'm going on vacation in a month. I'm about to be at the pool. I don't play that. Someone gonna get with everybody. I'm gonna get. I don't play that shit. Someone gonna get.
At this point, you do. What do you mean a month?
I need the pump. I need the pump. Oh, Evie, are you there?
Like some of the guys come talk because the guys disagree with his prompt all the time.
Oh no, she's talking about the live.
So I'm starting to. It's like I'm learning, basically. I'm learning the game that men do. That's why I'm listening. I'm learning the game that they play that actually brainwashed to get caught up into it from a young age. So now I'm trying to.
Look at Eve talking about the live. Lennox Bodie,
I'm all ears. I'm so nosy. I'm listening.
Yeah, I want to hear it. What's up? What's up, brother? Okay.
We're falling for it, but it's like our whole life we've been told that that's what we're supposed to hear. We've never been told the opposite. You will fall for it too because you're falling for the patriarchy right now. You're laughing at women are finally waking up, but you're still asleep.
Evie over there cooking. Who's you talking to, Evie?
Right.
Evie, who you talking to?
It's too much. It's not that it's too much, but it's like down.
Evie, who you talking to, Evie?
I'm cracking up.
Evie, who you arguing with?
Oh my God.
Come on.
I didn't even know I could get up. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life.
Evie was over there cooking somebody. I don't know who you was arguing with.
You said everything that needed to be said already.
Oh my goodness. I was talking to my mom because I've been listening to the live. And I realized something, like when the other guy was up and talking about, oh, why don't you hold women accountable? He was basically just saying, why aren't you shaming women? Because men associate accountability to shame. I feel like there's a disconnect there.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is. They think they want, and I'm not even trying to shame men, which is funny. I'm not even trying to shame men. I'm trying to just point out what men actually do. You know what I'm saying? But they feel ashamed. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. They feel ashamed because I'm just pointing out to them, this is what men do. You see what I'm saying? But he shouldn't feel ashamed by it. He should just be like, oh, damn, I didn't know this is what men are doing. Let me adjust. Instead, he goes, I'm ashamed. Now let me turn around and like Evie just said, hey, why don't you shame these women? I don't want to shame nobody though.
Exactly. And it's not like as if the women don't already feel ashamed for the quote unquote bad decisions that they made, but they are taking accountability by staying with the child, getting 2-3 jobs to help support that child. Like they're doing everything they can to take accountability for their decisions.
Facts.
But
I
for
just want to
some
say that
reason,
definitely women be feeling ashamed after they be letting some of y'all smash. I ain't gonna
oh
even
yeah,
hold you.
100%, 100%.
They do be feeling the shame. And it don't be like right after. It ain't like how it is with men, like the post-nut clarity type of stuff. It be like after, and then it be like they see how y'all start moving in the world, and they be like, wow, I can't believe I let that mother. Damn, and don't have a baby with him. I know y'all be punching the air. I know y'all be punching the air sometimes. When y'all see that man get to moving around all weird and being strange, I know y'all be like, ew. He got me.
But yeah, no, that's basically what I was ranting about, because I like listening to your podcast, because I'm fairly young. I'm still 24, and I've been in like not two relationships that were not like, I thought that I was the problem. So I would always try and fix.
She must be on Shan Wi-Fi.
Cut it out.
Not on
And
Juneteenth.
looking back at my relationship and being like, behaved like this too. Like it was just back to back to back. I'm like, oh yes, there's some things that I had to be accountable for, but most of the things were not my fault.
So what did you think was your fault? Could you give me an example?
So I thought that I wasn't giving him the main issue that we had is he thought that I wasn't giving him enough affection, right?
For
And
sex.
during that time, yeah, basically it was quote unquote for sex, but he put it underneath the umbrella of affection, right?
Right.
And during that time, I was in school. I had a very difficult program. I was living alone. I was paying rent by myself. Like I was very stressed because it was my first time living on my own and going to school at the same time, full time, and working as well. So I was really stressed, and most of the time he would come over to my place, but I would be doing homework, and like I would be trying to like still entertain him while doing my homework and make food like that we could eat and stuff. And like when we did have time together, we would spend time watching shows that he liked. Like I would try to do everything to make him feel happy, make him feel content.
Yeah.
But I was never in the mood to like have sex because I was stressed out.
Yeah.
Sometimes we would have arguments during the day, so like I wasn't really in that mindset. And he told me, you're doing everything right but the affection part. And I was like, I don't get it, because when we're together, I caress your hair, like I give you little kisses, like I'm affectionate towards you. The only thing I'm not doing is having sex on a regular basis. And
That
when
sounds very common.
yeah, and I thought that it was me the problem, but now I'm listening to all of these women talk and like talk about their experiences, and I'm like, okay, so this is common for a lot of girls.
Yeah.
Especially around my age. A lot of girls my age don't know how a lot of these men think, so they think that it's their fault.
And that also bleeds into why a lot of older men want to get with younger women, because
Exactly.
it's easier for them to, because you don't know, but you know what I'm saying. But after 2 or 3 or 4 boyfriends, and after you done compare some notes with some women, maybe even some men, now you see, oh, it wasn't me. He was just manipulating me. He was gaslighting me. It was narcissistic abuse. That's what was going on. Okay, got it, clock it, right? And moving forward, you adjust.
Exactly.
And that's why men also be, when they use that, oh man, she got a lot of baggage. Why am I paying for the last man's mistakes? You mean why is she able to clock your BS? Because she already experienced it in another relationship, and now she's not allowing you to do that same do that same manipulating the same amount of manipulation on to her. Like that's
Exactly.
what they like. That's what they really. I don't. Hey man, all I'm saying is that I am the manipulator's whisper. Like I will break down the manipulation, the tact. Like I know what they be saying. I know what men be saying when they be saying that stuff. I know what they be saying. Now, I've said it before. There's not an excuse for the men or nothing like that. When I was doing it, I didn't even know that that's what I was doing. I truly believed that it was what I was saying it was in the moment. And I think that is a big reason why the women believe it too, because the men believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly. They're
it's
also
hard
brainwashed.
sometimes to tell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard sometimes to tell. Like he like, you know what I mean? Like if it was like really like he was lying, like he knew what he was doing, I think it's easier for women to clock because you can pick up on it. But a lot of
Yeah.
times the men like we don't really be knowing. But and that goes into the cult. That's why I always talk about the cult of man, because men are conditioned to think that way. That's the thing. Like we as men condition other men to think that way. We're conditioned we tell men that a woman that you're entitled to a woman's body, especially if she's your woman, especially
Yeah.
if you guys are in a committed relationship. That's not her body, that's your body. She just gonna keep it at her place at night. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how men
Yeah.
look at it. Like when Debo took Red's bike in Friday. When Debo took Red bike, Red said it's both of ours, but you know, we gonna keep it at my place or whatever, right? That's how men look at women's bodies. But that's not like, and we don't know. We don't know when we're 15, 18, 20, 22, 24. All the men in our that's what we are teaching each other. The women
And
are teaching.
it's very unfortunate because especially like young girls, I know that I felt a lot of pressure to perform sexually with my partners, but it's like as if my body wasn't mine. Like it was there for their use when they needed it, and when I would vocalize that, hey, I'm not feeling it today, I'm not very comfortable, or like I'm not in the
Get mad.
mood, they would get offended. But it's like to me it was confusing because it's like, it's my body, why are you getting mad because I don't want to give you it's my body? Like the concept of something belonging to me is like, it didn't compute with them. It's like, no, since even my first boyfriend, he told me, and I remember this, he was like, oh, but you're my girlfriend. What does that mean?
You owe it to me.
Exactly. But it's like, no, I do not. I just because I'm your girlfriend does not mean that I stop being my own
A
person, or I
person.
stop being myself.
Facts.
I stop having autonomy on my own body. Like my body doesn't all of a sudden belong to you for you to do whatever you want to it. Like it's still mine.
Yep. And that is a precursor into the wife slave syndrome, right? Of men wanting wife
Yep.
slave. Because if the women's body is already yours in your mind, and y'all not even married or nothing like that, but you already expect her to, you know, her body is your body now, right? Then what's the next step? I mean, what it's easy from there. Now if her body ain't her own, then what about her labor? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? If her body ain't her own, then what about her labor? How do you think men are going to treat women when it comes to labor? They're going to steal that too. So I don't it's all connected. It's all connected. It's all connected. And I
It's
just go ahead.
that, and the thing is, that's why I like listening to you go live, because now I'm starting to see the connections and all the like the puzzle pieces finally putting themselves into place. Everything's starting to make sense, and I don't understand how guys are either they're refusing to see it or they don't want to because they're afraid that if they do see it, that means that now they don't have a chance to overpower somebody. Like
Yeah.
somehow it removes that chance for them to overpower somebody.
Yeah. They want to keep they want to maintain their power. I mean, that's at the end of the day. Men just want to maintain the advantage we have over women in that way. We know that the systems that are put up in place do not protect women from men when it comes to these things. You see what I'm saying? Men know that. We know that the systems that are put in place, that we put in place, right? When we built the world, yes, and we built it in such a way that we didn't put any safe rails or safeguards in there for women or children.
Exactly. But they don't want to take accountability for all the faults, like you were saying in your other lives. They want to take, like, even my ex, he told me this once. He was like, yeah, but men built the world. I was like, yeah, but look at the world that you've built. Even you don't like the world that you quote unquote built.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ain't that something? You built the world messed up, you don't like it, but then when I say, well, let's change it, you go, nah.
if you built it, you can unbuild it.
Yep, we can change it, we can break it down.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And one last point that I wanted to make. I took some notes from one of your other lives. I think the guy that came on was King Loaf,
King Loaf, yes.
and
He got
he
dropped
was
earlier.
talking he was talking about how women need men to protect them because women are so naive and they don't know what men are capable of.
Mhm.
And I really reflected on what he was saying, and I realized that it's not that women are naive, that women have to be nice, overly nice,
Yeah.
in order to protect themselves. But men take niceness as being naive, because I was
Mhm.
listening to this other woman on TikTok, and she was explaining that herself, she's not nice. But just because you're not nice doesn't mean you're mean or disrespectful. That just means you set boundaries. And a lot of women, unfortunately, we aren't taught to set boundaries because we're taught to just freely give ourselves to people that need us, especially men that need us.
That's a
But it's
part of
not
it. I also think women are taught to survive. And I think I think
exactly,
that one of the survival like mechanisms that women have at their disposal is like the fawn mechanism,
exactly.
and that disarms a lot of men, and women take take advantage of it, and you know what I'm saying, they use it when they need to. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't blame women for that at all, because it is what do you want. Like I had a woman talking about it the other day, and she was like saying, like when you're out in public, why do you give that man your number? You should do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, because women be just trying to make it home. Like women be like y'all think the police got it bad? Women got it 10 times worse. You know what I'm saying? Like women just be trying to make it home, man. Just from walking to the local, to walking in the liquor store, walking in, going to get their gas, pumping their gas, being at the club, being at the mall, being in a parking lot at nighttime, being at work, right? They just be trying to make it home. So
Exactly.
I would never, me personally, you can do it, Evie, as a woman, that's on you. But I'm saying, me personally, as a man, like I will never, ever, ever judge the way women make it home at night. You know what I'm saying? I'll never be the one to be like, you guys need to stop doing that. You guys need to be like this with men. Like, I don't know about that. I don't know if we're in a place in
No,
society where women can just just up and just turn around on a dime and start treating men a certain way without there being like a lot of repercussions. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's the thing. So like, we've been in a way, we've been socialized to protect ourselves in that way. And unfortunately, even that way of protection is not effective.
Yeah, it's not.
Anything a woman does is not effective, because first, men do not, like, I've noticed when I talk to guys, they look at me like as if I'm stupid, or like they don't take you seriously. I don't know, is like there's something in their face compared to when they're talking to another guy. They're intentional about the way that they're listening to the person, but when they're talking to a woman, is like their body's there but their mind isn't.
Mhm.
they're not they're not absorbing what the woman is telling them, because they don't take what she says seriously. Regardless, they don't even try and put the effort in.
That's, yeah, 100%. Men don't actively listen to women, without a doubt. Like, no doubt about it. And men don't actively listen to anybody who either doesn't have some authority over him or isn't saying something that he wants to hear,
Exactly.
whether it be man or woman. Now, if you were talking about something that he wanted to hear, yeah, he would have been listening intently. But if you were just talking about yourself, he don't care about you. So yeah, yeah. If you're like, this is what happened to me today at work. This is what happened with me in the world. This is my thoughts on this. These are my thoughts on that. Blank stare, slow blink, slow blink. But if you were to be like talking about giving him your body, he'd be
Wide awake,
right. He's
ready.
all, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I've tested it. I have tested it. I've tried, like, when I talk about myself in my day or whatever, I notice they don't listen.
Mhm.
So I tried the other way. When they start talking about me, I'm not looking at them. I'm just responding. And then they look at me and they're like, I feel
Why
like you
you?
don't care about what I'm saying. And I say, oh, how the tables have turned. And that's when it clicks. But they don't change their behavior. They just get mad. They get angry at me. And then they feel ashamed. And they say, oh, what are you trying to say about me? Why are you being mean to me?
Hey, Evie
I'm
said she got mind control over Debo. She be tricking these dudes. I love it.
No, I
I
clock
like
what they do, and then I give them back the same energy. And now I
it.
see, oh, so it's hurting you. So you do know what you're doing. You
Appreciate
do
the new
realize what you're
subscription.
doing.
Thanks for resubscribing, R. Appreciate you. Yep, they know exactly what they doing. I didn't. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't. My wife pointed it out to me. I didn't know. I didn't, and I was like, I won't say that they didn't know. Like I said again, it is not an excuse. It is to point out how insidious it is, though. That's what
Yeah.
I want to drive home. It's not to be like men be knowing, and some men absolutely do know, but I'm more saying that it is so commonplace. The level of indoctrination that exists within the cult of man is so insidious and it is so effective that so many men just be sleepwalking through life and we don't even know what we're doing. We don't realize we're knocking everything over in the shop. We don't even know. We have no clue. And then everybody else around us is like looking like, you know what I'm saying? Like especially the women, y'all like, what's going on with this dude? This dude is, you know what I'm saying? You know, he tripping. And we just think we think we're walking upright. We think we got our best suit on. We don't think they just don't see us in that way because of our negative impact on women. So they see us for who we really are. We see ourselves as white knights and princes and stuff like that. And women see us as like jesters, and you know what I mean? And who we really are. Like they really see us for who we really are.
Yep. Especially once that frontal lobe finishes forming, like it's over. That's why most of them don't date women above 25 because women now can see. As you mature, you can see the world for what it truly is. And I'm getting to that point because I'm 24 and it's baffling. Like it's very, and it's scary.
Yep. Hey, I got to read this poll real quick. Women, do you feel in control of your bodily autonomy? 22.45% said yes. 26.53% said no. And only about half the time, 51.02% said only about half the time. Damn. So if you put the no's with the only about half the time, oof, crazy. But Evie, go ahead. You want to say something? Go ahead.
I was just gonna I wanted to point out because I know that you guys are in America, but I'm in Canada, so it's kind of but the men here are the same. Regardless, I don't know why men think it's only men in America. It is worldwide. This issue is worldwide.
I don't know why black men think it's only black men. I don't know why Americans think it's only American men. Like, it is men. That's why I speak on the cult of man, not the cult of American men.
My first ex was a white tea man. He was racist. He was hypersexual. Like he had little self-control. Like it's not just a black men thing. My other ex, he was not even technically black. He was from what's it called, Somalia, and technically they're their own race. So even then, they all behave the same. They all behave the same.
I talked to a Somali woman one time, and she said I was a T. She asked me if I was a T man.
Yes, I was there during that live. I wanted to come up so bad because even the women there, because they followed they're Muslim, so they follow the Islamic religion like very strongly. And my ex, he was Muslim as well, and like I noticed how their Quran influenced them a lot, and I would have discussions with him about his religion, and he had such fear about his religion. He was so scared. And it's like,
out against it.
A religion is not supposed to scare you to tears. Like he would cry sometimes so much he was afraid. And I was like, if you're crying out of fear, this is not a religion that you should follow. I don't think this is good for your health. But yeah, that's all I came up here to say. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
I've been waiting for this moment, but thank you. I'll probably be up here again if you'll let me.
Yes, I will. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, shout out. Thanks for the new sub, CK. Appreciate you. Did my live just end on the YouTubes? I know you effing lying. Hold on. Oh, okay, we back. Okay. We back. I'm sorry, y'all. That freaked me out. We got 156 people over there, man. Hey, y'all. All right. Join the Discord, Evie. Exactly. I like that. People helping people. Reach out to her. You'll love it in the Discord, Evie. It be popping. We be having a good old time. Hey, man. Let's bang the Cash App one time. Y'all know what it is. Are you not entertained? This is one of my This live was well balanced. I'm gonna put it like that. This is a well balanced live. This is a well balanced. Yeah, Somalis are black. I know. I didn't want to get into an argument about ethnicity or race with Edie, but yes, just for the record, Somalis are black. We know. Somalis are black. Yes. Here we are. Here we are. I appreciate it, man. Why I'm not in your Discord? Why aren't you in the Discord, Seven? It's not my fault you're not in there. But I will definitely send you the link. And I gotta send a link to who asked me for the link yesterday? Somebody asked me for the link yesterday, but I gotta send it to them. I'm gonna look at my thing. Drop the TikTok in the Discord. Oh, drop your TikTok in the Discord when you put screenshot your TikTok page and put it in the Discord so we know. I gotta fix the link in my bio. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna revisit it and try to fix it, and then I'll figure it out. But hey, happy Juneteenth to everybody. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. I am about to eat lunch, get ready for work. I gotta go to work. My ancestors did not get free for me to stay at home and do nothing. No, I'm just playing. I gotta go to work, man. I gotta go to work. I still gotta go. I gotta go to my other job. This is my second job. This is my second job. This is my part-time gig. I gotta go to my full-time job though. But I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody in the chat. The chats was chatting. Appreciate everybody that banged the Cash App, man. I love y'all. Keeping alive. Everybody that gifted, all the gifters, all the old subs, all the new subs. Shout out to the best minds in the business. Shout out to the best minds in the business. Bula, Lux. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Elizabeth. Thanks for the Cash App. All the super chats, man. I appreciate y'all, man. It was fun. It was fun times. We had fun times. I hope y'all have a great day. I'm off tomorrow. I got another good one going planned for us tomorrow. We're gonna get to it tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. We bike early in the morning, 8 o'clock or so. Streaming and recording limit. Oh, they trying to hit me on StreamYard, saying I got a streaming and recording limit. All right, I gotta go eat some food. I don't know. What should I eat? What should I eat? What's a good Juneteenth meal? What y'all be eating on Juneteenth? I might eat taquitos, but because I'm in Cali. But what y'all? Is it okay for me to eat? Is it okay for me to eat taquitos on Juneteenth? Oh, okay. Oxtails. That's too black for me. Ribs and cornbread I can do. Okay, I'm eating soul food. I'm gonna go get me some can I eat like a version of soul food? Yeah, oxtails are too black for me. Gizzards and liver, never in your wildest nightmares. Hey, my mama used to have us eating liver growing up. And I promised myself as a young child, I promised myself I would never eat liver again. Y'all don't know struggle. Y'all wasn't in y'all room. Y'all wasn't in y'all room crying at the wall when you smelled the liver getting cooked. Talk about, I hate it here. Y'all wasn't doing that. Y'all wasn't there. Y'all wasn't there. I was there. I was there. Liver and onions. I was there. Y'all didn't do it. Nah, y'all wasn't there. I don't believe you. What it taste like? What liver tastes like? If y'all did it, if y'all was there, what liver tastes like? Iron, exactly. Iron. That's what liver tastes like. That's nasty. Oh man. Y'all wasn't eating veg all out the can. Y'all wasn't there. Y'all wasn't eating veg all out the can. Mama talking about eat your vegetables. What vegetables? It just said veg all. Them wasn't vegetables. I was practicing. When you eat veg, are you practicing eating vegetables? You're not really eating vegetables. Y'all wasn't there. Veg, exactly. What's that? Exactly. What's that? You wasn't there. Yeah, y'all wasn't there. Y'all wasn't eating veg all out the can. Y'all didn't know about that. Y'all wasn't eating Martian. Y'all wasn't eating Martian stew. Y'all wasn't eating Martian stew. Y'all wasn't eating pork and beans. Y'all wasn't eating pork and beans and spaghetti meat. Calling it Martian stew. Y'all wasn't there. Mm-mm. Y'all didn't put the fried bologna on the stove, on the open stove, until it bubbled up. And then put a slit in the middle and smush fried it. I don't believe you. Hey, y'all didn't used to go next door. Y'all didn't used to go next door and y'all, cause y'all was and go y'all trying to make some cinnamon toast. Y'all didn't go next door and go ask your neighbors for a half a cup of sugar until the end of the week, cause you didn't have no sugar, just so you can make cinnamon toast, and so you could put a little bit of sugar on your cornflakes. Y'all didn't do that. Yeah, y'all wasn't there. Yeah, y'all wasn't there. I know y'all wasn't there. Yeah, that's why I be laughing. Yeah, y'all. Hey, man. With the light bread. Hey, y'all. Hey, I didn't know what a hot dog bun was for a long time. Y'all had hot dog buns in y'all house? Crazy. Crazy. Y'all had hamburger? When y'all ate y'all hamburgers, y'all had hamburger buns? Crazy. Hey, our hamburgers used to be this thick. In between two pieces of Wonder Bread. All the seasoning in the world. Spaghetti sandwich, fire. Spaghetti sandwiches is fire. Spaghetti sandwiches is fire to this day. With a slice of cheddar cheese on top. Or whatever cheese you got in the refrigerator. I never had different cheeses. I had American cheese growing up my whole life. We used to take American cheese. Don't matter what you made, it had American cheese on it. But we would make salads. You know, you make you a little cool salad, which I started eating salads. Shit, I didn't. Hey, anyway, you had to break up the American cheese and put it on top of the salad. We didn't have y'all had cheese. Only time we got cheese is when we made black people tacos. Y'all also never had black people tacos. I should eat black people tacos today, huh? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat black people tacos today. Argue with your mammy. Black people make the best tacos. Yeah. Yeah. It's two things black people make better than anybody, and we don't have no business making it better than everybody. Tacos and spaghetti. I done ate at 5-star Italian restaurants. Nah, they spaghetti don't be smacking. They spaghetti don't be smacking. Not like our shit. Not like our shit. Yeah. Black people spaghetti and tacos is crazy. Shit is crazy. Black people spaghetti and tacos is crazy good. Like insanely good. I eat any black person spaghetti. I eat any black person spaghetti. I don't eat everybody food, but I eat any black person spaghetti. No doubt about it. Little bit of sugar, a dash, like just enough because you got to cut through the acidity of the spaghetti sauce. That's all it's for. You don't want to make it sweet. You just want to cut it a little bit. If it's sweet, you messed up. You just want to cut it a little bit. Just a smidge. Yeah, a little bit of sugar, Harmony. You got to do a little bit. You got to do it a little bit. I don't know how much this is, but that's how much depending on the size of the pot. So if you're going to make a pot that's going to feed a family of four for a week and a half, like my mama did, you might want to, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's more like that. And you got to put it. But if you're doing it like you just making like a couple little, a cool amount of like 5 or 6 servings, like that. Just like that, boom, and then dust your hands off in the pot, and that's it. And then mix it up. That's the right amount. Just the right amount. And the spaghetti tasted better. If you made the spaghetti on Monday, it was better. It really started to really smack around Thursday. Like Thursday afternoon, when you came home from school, that was when it really was smacking. Like it really started hitting around like Wednesday evening, Thursday afternoon. That was when the flavor just, you'd be like, damn, you thought it was a new pot of spaghetti. The spaghetti tasted different every day. That's why I never understood why people complain about eating spaghetti for 3 days. I was like, it tastes different on the third day than it did on the first day. It was good on the first day, but it really was fire on like day 2, 3. Soup 2. It really was fire around like Wednesday, Thursday. You'd be like, damn, this shit bomb. Who made this? You forgot you made it. You thought somebody else put a new pot in there. Fermentation is crazy. Fermentation is crazy. Fermentation is crazy. That is not what it was. Do not play us like that. It is risen. Y'all disrespectful. That's the mode. Dang. Y'all tripping. Yeah, y'all hey, speaking of mold, y'all never peeled the mold off the bread to eat it. Y'all didn't do that. Or if y'all was really advanced, you toasted it and then scraped off the top layer. Y'all wasn't doing that. Yeah, y'all wasn't doing that. Yeah. Yeah. Harmony says she still do. Y'all was scary. That's how I know y'all never really lived. I can tell y'all never really lived. Mm-hmm. You never truly live until you risk getting botulism. Until you until you have to risk getting botulism so you can have some toast. Y'all wasn't really outside. But y'all went on the front porch. I give you that. Y'all was on the front porch. Y'all wasn't outside. Some of us was outside though. Some of us was outside. Prebiotics is crazy. Prebiotics is crazy. Penicillin is crazy. Penicillin is crazy. Yeah, we was out. Some of us was outside. Some of us wasn't. Some of us was outside. Some of us wasn't. It's all good. Yep. Look at us. Now we up. Exactly, Wasabi. Now we up. Now we up. Gumbo tastes so bomb day 3, 4. It's crazy. Gumbo tastes so fire day 3, 4. I don't even be liking to eat it fresh out the pot. Say with soup too. You make soup. I don't even like eating fresh soup like that. I be eating it, but I don't even. Yeah, the soup don't even be tasting right day 1. You gotta let soup cook. You gotta let soup at least 2 days before it really get in. At least. Yeah, you gotta make soup the day before. Stew, gotta make it the day before to eat it the next day. Yeah. Gumbo day 1 don't never really hit like it's supposed to. But I be eating it though, because you be hungry. So you go somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Restaurants, it don't be made fresh like that. It be like a day or 2 old. Yeah, we didn't have enough money. It is what it is. But hey, it was good. Hey, it was good catching up with you guys. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Chicken wings in the gumbo. Crazy work. Whole crabs in the gumbo. They just drop a whole crab in that mug. Drop a whole live blue crab in the gumbo. Just cook it. Oh man, damn, I miss it, man. I do miss a little bit. I don't be nostalgic, but I do be missing a little bit of stuff being poured like that. Growing up like that, I miss a little bit of it. I ain't gonna hold you. I miss a little. I wouldn't trade it. Nah, we good. We good where we at. But you know what I'm saying? When you hood rich, you do give up a few of the privileges of being broke. Cause it was some fun times being poor. Nah, gumbo not poor people food. Gumbo rich people food. Yeah, gumbo you gotta have cheese. But we didn't we ate it, but it was once in the blue because you know mama had to save up to make a good pot of gumbo. And it was always around payday. We only get gumbo around like the 15, 16, 17, first, second, third. That was the only times you got gumbo. And it wasn't every first and 15th. It was just, you know, if you was gonna get it, yeah, maybe around the holidays. It was a special occasion. It wasn't ever like you was just getting gumbo like every week. Like, we made gumbo this week. Like, no, you didn't. You lying. You wasn't eating gumbo every week. That shit cost an arm and a leg. Holidays, birthday parties. Yep. Only ate gumbo at New Year's. Yep. Now my mom used to just make it. She'd just make it like randomly. Like she'd just like come in with the pot, bring the pot out. You see the pot out, you be like, oh my God, it's about to go down. I used to help her. That's how I learned how to cook. That's a way I learned how to cook was because I would help my mom. So my mom had me shucking peeling shrimps and stuff like that when I was like 7, 8, 9. I'd be in the kitchen with my mama peeling and de-pooping shrimps. She go get 3 pounds. She go get 3 pounds of shrimp. We in the kitchen. I'm next to her, peeling them and de-pooping them. She doing something else in the other part of the sink. You know what I'm saying? We was a team. Mm-hmm. Now my babies don't even know how to make cereal. I just want to find y'all help me find the median because I don't need both, right? I don't want my baby to be able to cook 3-4 course meals like I knew how to cook when I was 8, 9. That means you neglected. But damn, my boy don't know how to make cereal and toast. He be asking me to get him water. I just want to try to meet me in the middle, son. Meet me in the middle, son. It's crazy. That's it. Shrimp and grits is crazy. Start small. I do. Cereal. Instant waffles. They have kid cookbooks. My baby said he liked to cook, and I tried to help him cook, and the grease popped him one time. He ain't been back since. I was like, that's a part of the process, baby. That's a part of the process. All right, I really gotta go.